And we're live, direct in the section. Sorry to keep y'all waiting. It's the Can't Focus podcast. It's your boy
Yo,
Kano at Kano Music.
what it is, what it do, what it be like, what's good, what's hood is your boy Martin Hopeful. You can find me at Martin Hopeful. And not for real though. I know I don't know. One person could be waiting, which was Wade. Wade wanted to talk about something. Shout outs to Dub C for giving us some topics.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was looking forward to us talking about ICE and TSA, but I also know that it is pretty late. We usually start a little while earlier, but that's on us, y'all. Much
You
love, much
wanna
respect for those who joined in with us, though.
you wanna start with TSA?
No, we probably shouldn't, because just in case Dusty gets on, that
Okay,
was his
okay.
topic. We could probably take some time to
You wanna start with Afroman?
um, we could start with Afro Man. Well, give me a couple of seconds. I'm actually gonna start sharing the live out to everybody.
Okay.
We usually cut these things off right in the in the clip. So this is
In the clips?
behind the scenes. This is a little behind the scenes conversation for some of you guys that be watching the live. Sometimes whenever we're like, oh man, we gotta think on our toes a little bit and all of that. So yeah, I'm right now gonna be sharing the live out to everyone, I guess, as much people as I know, and make it happen.
Everybody's
Sorry.
sleeping, you go to work tomorrow.
Yo, work is real, bro. I'll tell you that much.
I
Work
need
is real.
I need me one of those.
Yo. I mean, I get why you need it, but be careful what you wish for.
Are these Afroman joints in order?
I hope so. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of did that portion half asleep. I think they are in order though.
Okay.
Um,
It's a lot of videos.
I'm trying not. I mean, we don't gotta go through all of them. Um, the post. No, get this out my face. This. Okay. Uh, this. Okay. And then I'll just keep it to the messenger.
Yo, you can't share, right? Videos?
Me? Like I can't. Yeah, no, I don't have the ability to. I think I
There's
got.
one
I'm
TikTok
trying to get my
might
setup
work for.
together right now. Once when I get the setup together, I can make sure that I could rock out and help you guys out some more with like sharing videos. Or I honestly thought that the iPad, and that's just my fault, y'all. I'm not really good with technology, especially Apple technology. I thought that the iPad would be enough for me to do the things that I need to do. But then I realized, oh, I probably should just invested in a laptop and not an iPad. That probably would have been way easier. Now I got to get myself a little keyboard, a little mouse, and then I got to make sure that if any of the applications that we use to be able to edit on the pod and be able to do certain things on the pod that actually is compatible with the iPad itself. Certain things are just not compatible. I can't even share on the iPad. So um, I'm actually really in a place where I can't do much outside of just like, you know what? I'm here, showing up, being a host, um, and all other good stuff.
Yeah, because there's
But
one TikTok that's not letting me open it.
which one is that one? Is that the first Afroman video?
Nah, it's the Lisa Cries one.
Look. You can look up Lisa Phillips. You can look up Lisa Phillips testimony, and you can
Well, I
also look
can't.
up.
I actually don't think I can because I don't have a login.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want, we could get started. We could cut that whole part out, and we could just talk about what we could talk about.
Nah, I got the other videos. It's just not letting me that one. It's just not letting me get that one.
All right. So just start with the one that you do have, the first video. I'm ready to go. All right, y'all. So if you're a '90s baby, '80s baby like moi and like my compadre K Dot on the side of
Sure,
the here,
I'm
you must be
26.
very familiar with Afroman's "Because I Got High" song I think that's like one of the first ever hip hop songs in 2000 that kind of blew up. Really fly song, really chill song, really hilarious song. And it's shout outs to the gentleman Afroman. You may not know him, but for that song, but you're gonna know him now. Um, so just a quick synopsis in 2022. As a matter of fact, you know what? We can even let this run. But in 2022, Afroman ran into some trouble with the law, and we're gonna talk about. And we thought the law would win, but the law didn't. Afroman won, which is fire for a lot of reasons, a myriad of reasons. But play the clip right quick.
Yeah, we did it! Freedom of speech! So that's the rapper Afroman celebrating a major legal victory against his local police. Until now, he was most well known for his 2000 hit, Because I Got High. But in 2022, the Adams County, Ohio Sheriff's Office obtained a search warrant for Afroman's home as part of an investigation into drug trafficking.
Wait, this made CNN?
This made CNN News and
Wow.
BBC and BBC.
Trafficking and kidnapping. He wasn't home, but a family member and security cameras captured the scene. After going through his house, guns drawn, police charged him with nothing. Afroman then turned the footage of the incident into a parodied music video called Lemon Pound Cake, referencing
Pause
a
it right
moment when
there.
one deputy did a double take.
So, so as you guys can see, this is becoming increasingly strange, right? So Afroman, they got a search warrant to get into Afroman's house due to a whole situation about drug trafficking and kidnapping, right? They could not come up with any evidence that corroborates with the fact that he is involved in any kind of drug trafficking. But as you can see, they kicked down his door. You did eventually they're gonna say they cut off security cameras, and they kind of took some money from Afroman. I forgot how much money, but whatever how much money from the pot, he's $400 short. So instead of getting all ignorant about it, I mean, well, he did kind of get a little ignorant about it because he did come out with some music videos about all of these cops that raided his house. He also decided to to kind of once when they sued him, he countersued for because of the missing $400 in his money, as well as the broken down doors, and they cut off his surveillance camera footage as well. So he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get mines," and we could continue playing.
At the dessert on his kitchen counter.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound
The
cake.
sheriff's office sued him for defamation and invasion of privacy for that video, and a series of posts he made mocking them personally and professionally. The
So
deputies
pause right
testified they
here.
were targeted with death.
Every 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 single cop got a diss record. I just want to put it out there. Every single cop got a diss record. There was a diss record about one cop because we're probably not going to talk about this cop for real, because not much was said about him, but basically how him and his brother are pedophiles, or PDF files. There's another one where the person, where one of the other he basically made a record about just how trash of a cop this one guy was. but he also did this lemon pound cake that we talked about because one of the cops was eyeing his pound cake instead of looking for the record, instead of looking for the stuff, he's looking at the fire lemon pound cake that's on the table right quick. And of course, he one of the other ones that went viral with Lisa Phillips.
That's
She
Lieutenant Lickum Lisa, right? Or something like
Yeah,
that. Lickum Low Lisa.
lick 'em low, Lisa, which is disrespecting her because he's accusing her of being transgender, and also just actually being a lesbian and loving women, and because of her voice. So yeah, as you can see, this is a really crazy case. We continue.
Rats.
How did you feel when you learned that these posts were out there?
Humiliated.
Oh, that's her voice. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Now
No
keep
matter
going.
no matter how many times I watch these videos, anytime this woman speaks, bro,
I just continue. I continue.
it's not
What reaction did you get from the community?
very polarizing times.
Hollering names, Lieutenant Looking Low, and been called it.
That woman. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this today. That woman got some testosterone in her, bro. Like there is some bass in that woman's voice. She says it with her chest every time.
It's like you can't get around that, bro. Yo, I was talking to a friend, I was talking to a friend about this, right? And she was and she was basically like, "Yo, Kyle,
Dub
like
C
I
in
don't
the
like."
building.
I know you like you're not supposed to be talking about this, that, and the third, like transgender, whatever. Like basically telling me like, yo, like this is messed up and you shouldn't be wrong with transgender women, this, that, and the third. I said, sis, you did not hear this video. The moment she opens her mouth and speaks.
She sound like Mark Henry, bro.
And what you did, like literally, like listen, I'm a big dude. Like I'm a big dude. I'm pretty sure other people might look at my stature and size and may get a little intimidated by me or whatever. I don't think I have that kind of voice, bro.
Oh wait,
Fano said,
now I feel
said
bad.
it with her chest like
Allegedly,
crazy.
she has a voice condition. Now I feel
Yo, what? Let's stop.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you though. Like I
I'm
can't.
not ready.
That,
I'm not.
that
I'm not
can't-
ready to. I
No,
wish
no, no,
I
that
wish I
can't be-
researched a little bit deeper to know this.
That can't be.
So I'm not.
I don't
I'm
care
not
because
ready
my
for it.
reaction is still the same. Like I'm sorry you have a voice condition, but I see like a middle school teacher looking shorty, and they're like, "Yo, did he make videos about you?" Yes, and it's like, bro, like I can't. What you want me to do?
So yeah, we could definitely, as you can see, this is a wild case for the fact of like these cops are suing Afroman for defamation of character, suing him for what's the term for when when your life is being affected by like negatively affected by like
Well, I
the
think
media or whatever, like
they sued for defamation, and there was another one. I can't
it's
remember.
like it was like assassinating a character, like no matter where they go within the county, they know about the song and something happened, like the lemon pound cake guy. People have delivered him hundreds of pound cake to his job. So stuff like he's like, yo, I'm being disrespected. People are calling.
You know what she sounds like? I don't ask me why I recorded my voice like this the other day, but I couldn't get my voice was like super deep the other day, like mad. I don't know what happened. I thought it broke, but this is what she sounds like to me. This is my voice the other day.
So today I woke up with the Lil Wayne voice.
Yeah. That's I mean, it's not accurate, but it's there. We in the ballpark range. This is a wild story. This is a wild situation. And basically, I know it was defamation of character. I know it has something to do with the fact that I forgot what kind of lawsuit, but like wherever you go, like your whole character is being
I think
judged
it's
based off of what this.
defamation and invasion of privacy.
Yeah, and then also I guess I don't know if it's like tampering with the videos or whatever. Like I don't know what this is all about. Like exactly what they're suing him for, but he
Let's
had
get
to
to the
be
fun stuff,
basically
though,
he's
'cause
forced to be the defendant on that situation.
this
But
this track is fun.
but we could stop that. We can move on to the next video. Whatever the next video is, I'll talk about it. Don't worry about it. So yeah, as you know, Afroman won this trial. But there has been some funny moments in this trial. If you are a juror, if you're listen though, if you're a juror and you hear what this guy says, like tell me your reaction.
Song.
Can you hear it? Because I don't know.
I
What's going
can hear it.
Pussy Monster and says there. Nobody looks at Lil Wayne's song Pussy Monster and says there's a monster in that song. Everybody knows it's exaggeration for entertainment. Is he commenting on something? Sure. But it's not fact.
Yo.
Why does it sound like that?
Yo. Oh, you didn't hear what it said?
No, I heard it. It was like weird padded noises around.
I don't know why it did sound like that, but but I feel like it's funnier because of the situation of like the fact that the cops have the audacity to really sue him for his intellectual property.
Let's get some more stuff here real quick.
Sheriff, he's hungry and he's big as hell.
Hey.
He was sniffing for weed, then he smelled another smell. What was that? Mama's lemon pound cake.
Nah, he ate it.
I hope that's AI.
He took a bite of it.
Let's hope it's AI. Let's hope that's AI.
It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun. It cut him a
slice. Of what? Lemon pound cake.
He wanna put down his gun. Lemon
pound cake.
Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake.
Hey.
Wow. Oh, this is gonna be good.
You can play that part too.
Hold on.
I feel like this is like an episode of
Different people.
And the context, you were
My fault. What were you saying?
I said this is like an episode of The Office, bro. Like I feel like this is just an episode, like how they have episode of Parks and Rec, episode of Abbott Elementary, and then there's like episode of Office, like these like funny scripted documentary series that's like kind of like a new thing in comedy. Like I feel like this is exactly how it is. But continue.
called Officer Pound Cake.
Multiple times.
You were
We've saved hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
How's that a bad thing? How is that a bad thing?
In context of
I actually like pound cake.
A music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
Yeah, we can stop here. We can end it there.
But how many pound cake videos did you include?
Just that one. This one is the Look 'em Low Lisa remix. I was trying to find the original song, but I couldn't find it.
Lisa, make 'em low, Lisa, pussy like pizza. Make 'em low, Lisa.
Are you singing along?
Look 'em low, Lisa. only those parts. But as you can see, just picture yourself as a juror in this whole situation, bro. Like, what are your thoughts?
Oh man. What a fun time.
in the midst of all of this polarizing stuff that's happening, we have this situation. I mean, like, if I was a juror, I would have a grand old time. This is great. And I feel like the fact that Afroman won this is the cherry on top of the sundae, bro. Like, you had the audacity to try and sue this man for some intellectual property that he has, but you're the ones that broke into his house, bust down the doors, allegedly took a slice of lemon pound cake. That's also his property. That's not yours. He didn't offer you the cake, right? If this is true and is not AI, then you on top of that, take his money, and when you give back his money, you don't give him back all of his money after finding out stuff. And then like, if you look at the testimony, which is one of the other videos, we can skip all of that. Afroman literally says it, like, yo, you kicked down my door, you destroyed my property, you cut off my cameras, you don't pay me back for any of those things. And you just expect me to just be okay with that. And I had a recent run-in with cops.
Wait! I didn't. They played. They played the video for like a half hour. She was crying
for 15 minutes.
What? Why?
15 minutes.
Yo, she's crying. Whose idea was this?
I feel like they had a bad. To be quite honest, I feel like they had a bad lawyer. Like, I feel like they had a really bad lawyer. Even the questioning that they gave Afroman led to the fact that Afroman was going to win that case.
Oh my!
In my opinion. And the fact that
sorry,
yo, if I was a juror in that joint is a crazy case, bro. It's like Judge Judy.
Oh, they're
like
still playing the music. What is this?
This is her. I think there's a picture. There's a video of her crying again.
I was upset. I'm sorry. I think you're a nice looking lady. I didn't know you was
I think you're a nice looking lady. I didn't know you was a biological lady.
Yo, this dude Afroman did not. He literally like Kendrick Lamar them without being Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, you wanted me to share this? My fault. Hold on. What is this? This is so crazy. This
yeah.
After they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them. Dude, that's possibly a pedophile, a convicted pedophile brother, deputized by the sheriff, walking around, possibly stealing my money. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on as I zoom in with my cameras.
Oh yeah, I did see that the guy that supposedly he said stole his money, it's not the first time he's been accused of stealing money.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest pieces of this. Even though like a lot of the songs he says is pure embellishment, at least some of these songs there's a little bit of truth to it. He intertwines it with the comedy.
The steak sandwich says they had his wife and kids at the crib at gunpoint. That is traumatizing.
Yep, that's what I'm telling you. He took the high road. Like, Afroman took the high. This could have been a whole lot worse, and he took the high road and did what he did.
You know, he's from
on top
LA.
of that one,
he's an 8-tray gangster crip from LA.
I didn't know that. I mean, is he still?
I mean, I don't think so, but he was at one point in life.
That's not the type of guy I don't think should be on the police force. We wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't raided my house and didn't press no charges, didn't even know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault, and they're suing me for their mistake.
And so you don't really care if they stole your money or not. You're just mad
I
about
do
what
care
they
about
did.
if they stole money.
But
Police officers shouldn't be stealing the civilians' money. So I do care. All of it is an outrage. But this whole thing is an outrage. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me. These people
I was trying to actually find
and the victim at the same time.
to Steak Sandwich point. I was trying to find that part of the testimony where he said that there was like he had AR-15s aimed at my kids, and you just expect me to be silent.
That is
like,
wild. Do you have one more video here? You want me to?
That's crazy.
Play this, or we're good?
No, we good. That actually meant to delete that one.
Oh, okay.
This I'm not. Shout outs to I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, but
she had me dying. I was watching her. Her version is the first version I saw, and the way she makes videos and edits videos, bro, I was crying.
Yeah, no, it was hilarious.
Crying the whole time.
Shout out to her. That's Kevin on Stage's. Apparently, that's Kevin on Stage's sister-in-law. So
what?
Mrs. Kevin on Stage's, actual sister.
That's crazy.
Yo, shout outs to Afroman winning. Any last thoughts on this?
I say that while it is all funny and it's cool, I think it's important to be cognizant of the fact, not to be anti-police, but the police should be monitored. They should be allowed to do their job and to do their thing, but they shouldn't be allowed to steal money from you. And honestly, I get that sometimes raids are going to happen in the wrong places and that you can't fix every door you break. But they can't have the attitude that he described, where it's like, hey guys, I didn't do anything. Y'all broke my gate. Y'all gonna help fix it. And they're like, that's not really our problem, And if it wasn't Afroman, if it was just a common man to be dealt, that's an extra expense. In the world we live in today, when you can't afford extra expenses, you don't really want the police to, you know what I'm saying? Like there has to be something we have to have a better solution than just letting them go around, do whatever they want, and then you got to pay for all the damages they make when you didn't do anything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
It comes out. It comes out that he didn't do anything. I agree, 100%.
And it is possible Afroman was able to get out because of who he is, the publicity this trial got, the arguments his lawyer made. If he was a regular person without the reach, it's possible that he would have gotten in trouble. You know what I'm saying? For making those type of videos.
Agreed.
And that's it. That's all I got on that.
I think I feel like I resonate a lot with what you said, Kano, but I also think they flipped him the bird. They aimed guns at his kids. And then had the audacity to say, let's get together and sue this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I heard allegedly that this was for almost millions of dollars they were trying to sue him for.
They wanted $4 million or something like that, right?
They wanted $4 million. Do you know his net worth? No shade to Afroman, but his net worth is only $200,000.
Wow, that's $200,000 more than me.
Yeah, so more than me as well. You're trying to erase this man like off the face of the map for
man. We got to talk about the music industry one day, because there's no way that man made because I got hired only got $200K. Where the residuals? What is happening, bro?
I mean, it could be that he did a bad. Yeah, you're right. It could be that he did a bad deal for sure.
He should be getting $200K a year, at least.
But I feel like the sad part of this is just, it's true. Like, cops need to be monitored. I wouldn't even know how to handle a situation like that, or how to like even begin to figure out how to supervise cops. But cops also have this groupthink where they're almost like a gang mentality, where they're kind of like for themselves and for each other, and they're gonna have each other's back, even if they did dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like they do you dirty. Like they'll I mean, this has happened to me, but they'll lie to your face and say that one thing is a felony when it's really a misdemeanor. You need to know your rights and different things like that. So
and there's very little accountability in those situations. Like when you were telling me that situation, I shared with you something that happened way many moons ago. They claimed that I had kidnapped somebody in that moment, and then when like I had the proof, and I was like, "Oh, I did it," the judge was like, "Oopsie," and nothing was done, like nothing. And I'm like, "Man, but I knew that." Like you knew in the moment that that's not what that was, but I still ran with that to get the situation, the outcome that you wanted, and then you knew that like nothing would come of that.
And
And if it was reverse, if I would have claimed that they did something to me and I lied, I'd be in trouble.
100%. And that's why it's so important that we see somebody like Afroman get win and get justice at the end of the day, because that's just going to inspire other people to take that route as well, and and do what they have to do to really win or lose, but like to know that you have a voice. You have a voice, and it's wrong for what they did, and you have every right to retaliate. And he knew that he could retaliate using the power of music, which is what we should be doing to revolutionize what's going on right now. Like we were talking about this man. There's so many facets. We can go deeper into this, and we don't have much time because we have so much to cover and so little time. But I'm just saying, like the depth of it is that we spoke about this a couple of days ago about how music was the revolution. Music, you can find that through the like Afroman literally did diss records about these cops, and it has gotten as far as CNN and BBC. You know what I'm saying? Like music still has a place in revolutionizing against the certain things that be. You know what I'm saying? There's a song by YG called F Donald Trump. That's still a song right now. That YG and Nipsey. That's still a song right now. That's a record still. You know what I'm saying? That exists in the airways, and that could be used as a revolutionary song. So I'm just saying
we can I'm sorry, go ahead. My fault.
I'm just saying that is important to know, that to kind of hint at the fact that music still has a voice. We as a people still have a voice, and we can still win. We can still win in the state of the law, even though the law might be against us. And that's why I love this whole story with Afroman winning this whole thing. Even the judge didn't want him to win. That's crazy. So
I was going to say, we could segue two ways from here. We could go, speaking of the power of music and art, we could go to La Russell. Or speaking of holding law enforcement and federal agents accountable, we could go TSA ICE.
Yo, Dub C, man, shout outs for the topic. Let's go to that.
All right, here we go. So I got a CNN video for you guys. So let's just go right into the CNN video, and then we'll pause and talk as it goes along. Right?
Yep.
President Trump posted on Truth Social, quote, "If the radical left Democrats don't immediately sign an agreement to let our country, in particular our airports, be free and safe again, I will move our brilliant and patriotic ICE agents to the airports where they will do security like no one has ever seen before."
I said this before, and it's just like, it's so annoying how it's like never before. We're gonna blow up their oil refineries like never before. We're gonna bring democracy back like never before. Like everything is like never before, bro. Like you're 4. You're 4 years old. You're like, this is the best mac and cheese ever. Best mac and cheese ever.
Oh man, he said they will do security like no one has ever seen before. That
so just to set,
is a bar.
Just to set up the table, they have to vote in the both sides of the aisle. The Democrats and Republicans have to vote in the House. I believe it's the Senate. You guys can correct me in the comments, because we're just 3 dummies who don't know what we're talking about sometimes. That was in one of the comments.
shots.
But I know that they're supposed to vote together, and they have to have a majority vote to be able to fund some government functions, one of them being paying TSA agents. And this is what Donald's mad about. I'm setting the table because I want y'all to know that they have majority in all the branches of government right now. They are the executive branch. They have the majority in the Supreme Court. They have the majority in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, and somehow they still can't manage to coalesce some type of agreement here with the other side of the aisle because they're big babies. And then they the way they frame it is that it's the Republicans' fault, and I mean it's the Democrats' fault. And that's not me being like Mr. Democrat. It is me being. It is so easy to get the Democrats to fold, and they're not even doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's go on.
Now, in a subsequent post, he said that he instructed ICE agents to be ready by Monday. And now the president is saying that you, sir, are going to be in charge. How is that going to work? Are ICE agents going to move into American airports starting tomorrow, Monday?
Yes.
That's Tom Homan. He doesn't seem excited. That is the White House border czar.
Wow.
He's the defender of the border, and he was a guy whose face was popular before Bovino and Kristi Noem decided to take the face of whatever it is. They're anti-immigrant. I don't know, whatever, right? But that is Tom Homan, who has also served, had a position under Obama. I believe that they always bring this up. I think he got an award with Obama for managing immigration. He got like a presidential rank award. They always bring that up. But let's watch this because this is alarming. It's alarming, this interview.
And I'm currently working on the plan now of execution, working with the director of ICE and the administrator at TSA, the acting administrator. So we'll put together
I want to. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it again. But I just want you guys to remember that this is Sunday night. They're talking about Monday. This interview is today, Sunday. And he's talking about
so tomorrow, Monday. This is what they're mobilizing to do.
And he's saying we're talking about it now. Today, Sunday. Do you know how many airports are in the world? I mean, in the United States, and that's said here in this video, but. I just want you to keep that fresh in your mind.
I'm currently working on the plan now of execution, working with the director of ICE and the administrator at TSA, the acting administrator. So we'll put together a plan today and we'll execute tomorrow.
In what world? In what world is that an acceptable answer?
No wonder he's disgruntled. He probably is like, he's probably like, Trump? Why have we spoken about this months ago?
This is almost like career suicide, honestly, because you're taking the fall. You're the face of the fall for what this guy comes up with.
Okay, so there are a lot of questions here. First of all, are ICE agents even remotely trained to handle security at airports?
Whoa.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app.
That was funny.
ICE agents receive a high level of training. And, the ICE agents are assigned at many airports across the country already. They do.
Again, I want to remind you guys that there were about 12,000 ICE agents. I believe about 12,000 ICE agents. They got 10,000 more within the last year or so. So how highly trained can those new 10,000 be? And I think with like the people who have stepped down, the net gain is 6,000. So about like 4,000 people have left from the old guard. Or maybe it's a mixture of like the new people stepping down too. All in all, though, there are thousands of new ICE agents. So how highly trained can they be?
A lot of criminal investigation on smuggling at airports. But, there's got TSA agents covering exits, people that enter through the exits. Certainly a highly trained ICE law enforcement officer can cover an exit, makes people don't go through those exits, entering the airport through the exits. And that stuff like that relieves that TSA officer to go to screening and to reduce those lines. So wherever we can provide extra security. I don't see an ICE agent looking at an X-ray machine because we're not trained in that. There are certain parts of security that TSA is doing that we can move them off those jobs and put them in the specialized jobs, help move those lines.
So we're at 2 minutes. How do you feel about this?
So what I'm hearing him say is that TSA is not completely out of the picture, but TSA is going to do TSA work.
Yeah.
And
let me give you my opinion. No.
Okay.
My opinion might shock you on this. I think, in theory, and the way he's talking about this is a kind of a genius move. When you're having gridlock in the voting and you're not getting the funding you need, and you already have all these ICE agents, if they can go in there and honestly just do peripheral tasks like checking IDs or blocking exits and entrances, it's genius. You're freeing up the TSA agents who are doing that now so that they can go into screening and we reduce the lines. In theory, yeah, that works. That's amazing. Here's the problem, though. We're talking about the same ICE that they've been protesting in Minnesota. We're talking about the same ICE that got a facelift, doubled in size. Again, I told you guys the net gate growth is not double, but it's still, it's a different apparatus than it's been in the past. And when I say different apparatus, I mean questionably enforcing the law, right? In some cases, very questionable warrant policies, very questionable. I mean, they killed Renee Good, right? And I know Border Patrol was Alex Preddy, but it's like they're both under the same scrutiny. So is that the organization that we really, really want doing peripheral tasks?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I just felt like they're doing such a horrible job as it is right now, rounding up innocent people that haven't done any violent crimes, any horrible crimes, heinous crimes. They've just been rounding up random people, American citizens at that, and putting them in cages. So I don't like you haven't figured this out. Why go to the more advanced things, right? Why move on and do something completely different if you haven't even fixed this piece of it? Which is why I'm a little worried,
Imagine I'm on a TSA line and I'm taking too long to take off my shoes, and now I'm in the zip ties on the ground. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. That's like you're taking too long. You're an immigrant. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy. That's wild to me. That's wild.
Like, where are you going on vacation? I'm going to Disney World. Is that an accent?
Word. Like, what's going on, man? And it's like, man, we got so many illegals. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I keep going because it is. I do think the idea could have worked under if our just whatever's happening in this country didn't erode to the point that it's eroded. I would be like, oh wow, that's really clever, Republican or Democrat. I would have been like, wow, yeah, no, that's a really clever use of ICE. But
Okay, that was going to be my next question. So what you're saying is when you move ICE into airports, they are going to be just around the exits and the exteriors. They're not going to be helping people get through the lines and screening people's bags.
Those discussions are going on now. I'm not expert at TSA, so that's why I'm talking to the TSA administrator and the ICE director, find out where we can fit in. We'll have a plan by the end of today, where we're sending what airports we're starting with and where we're sending them. But that's the discussion we're having right now. I ended the discussion to do the show, and I'll be back having the discussions when I finish. So
okay, a little more uncomfortable because he didn't flat out answer no.
We're discussing it.
Will they be doing screening? We're talking. I just said we wouldn't, but I'm not gonna say no directly.
Yo, what is this world coming to? What is this country coming to? It's just
There's more. There's more.
It's a work in progress, but we will be at the airports tomorrow helping TSA move those lines along.
And I know you said it's a work in progress, but at least at the beginning, are there specific airports that you're thinking about starting with? And how many ICE agents are you considering deploying to do this?
Again, that's going based on discussions we're having today.
We're talking. We're talking about it.
We're talking.
What were y'all doing? Like, what did this plan just come out today? Like,
yes, he tweeted. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. He just tweeted this like a few days ago, and then everyone's like, "All right, we got to make it happen. We got that has to happen."
That is, Kano. Do you know how wild that is, bro?
No, it's insane. But that's also how we ended up in Iran, right? Like we ended up in Iran because he was like, "I got this great idea. Listen, hear me out. Great idea. We blow up where the supreme leader is, and we take out the top brass." And the revolution that happened, and that didn't go as planned, and now we have no plan B or C. Like
that is disgusting. I don't understand why we defend this dude. I don't understand why people be defending him. But continue.
I think we need to. My opinion is that we concentrate on the airports where the longest waits are. We prioritize those. The large airports where there's a long wait, like 3 hours. I think we got to prioritize what we do, like we do everything else. So again, having those discussions, continue discussions after the show.
He said we're going to do everything. He said we're going to do everything like we do everything else.
There's one more because they're going to ask. Will there be immigration? And then he's just gonna.
We'll lead us to some decisions based on prioritization, where we deploy, how quick we deploy, how many agents can on it when we
respect. If you're doing this in 24 hours, how well thought out?
Execute.
With respect, if you're doing this in 24 hours, how well thought out could it possibly be?
Again, ICE has been at airports across the country for a long time. It's just expanding those things. Look, it does. How much of a plan does it mean to guard an exit to make sure no one comes through that exit?
I could see why ICE is doing a bad job out in these streets. How much of a plan do you need to secure an airport? Really? It's an airport. You know how much? You just gotta
need us. Listen. I know it's taboo to talk about it, but we remind each other of 9/11 and how these guys
taboo. It's not taboo because that is a real risk now. That is a real risk. If you don't have a plan and you just put people in there, it's a risk. It's a real risk. You can have that happen again.
Yeah, I don't know. This is only, it's wild. I was saying this to my wife a couple, like maybe about 2 weeks ago. I was like, it doesn't feel like 1 year. It feels like 4 years already with this guy.
It always feels like that. It was like that the first time too. And you know what? I'll say this. It's falling apart now. And I don't know, maybe we're too close to COVID. He mismanaged COVID, and COVID was worse than it should have been. Like, if he was a competent leader, if he was Biden, if he was Bush, if he was Clinton, if he was Obama, we would have had quarantined for at least 2 weeks worldwide. It would have been mandatory vaccines. None of that stupid anti-vaxxer sentiment would have got past like the 5% threshold that they've always been under. Mask would have been mandatory. 6 feet would have been mandatory. It would have been no defamation of Fauci or the CDC or science.
Science.
But he came in and he's just an idiot. He's a baffling fool. And then you had people drinking chlorine. It was insane. People,
was it chlorine or bleach? But continue.
Bleach, my bad.
Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Yeah, right. Doesn't matter to be politically correct with that.
And this is the guy we're trusting with everything with the Iran war. You know what? I'm gonna say this too. I used to hate George Bush, right? I just think George W. Bush was an idiot. I thought he was stupid. I thought the Iraq War was dumb. I thought the Afghan War was dumb. You know, the people who flew into the plane were like Egyptian and Saudi, and there we are in Afghanistan and Iraq fighting, and we end up fighting Osama in Pakistan anyway. None of those two countries, whatever, right? I always thought he was dumb, but man, does Trump make that man look smart? Because you know what I didn't realize that was smart about what Bush did? Bush appealed his case to Congress and the Senate, appealed his case to the United Nations and our European allies, coalesced a coalition of allies to go in there so that we're all in agreement and we all have a plan. And while the plan sucks and they're profiting off of it, the world isn't in this like place of extreme instability from one night to the other. You know, this dude did none of that. He acts like he has the biggest balls in the world, right? He's like, I don't need anyone, and then cries when no one helps him. Well, where's our allies? I always knew our allies were. No, stupid. You didn't let any of your allies know what you're doing. You know, the Japan thing. They were like, yo, why did you not, let us know? Well, did you let us know about Pearl Harbor? We were on different sides of the war, you dummy. That was, first of all, I was like 70 years ago, 80 years ago, you dumb orange clown looking man.
I mean that, and let's not forget, it's not really the idiosyncrasy of it all, but also, I mean, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the American people. Like I feel like more so because you could be wrong or strong all the time, but like when it affects the people, it affects the people, which is why I just don't understand why is there a group of people who still defend him and still is on his side. I don't know. Like, is there some sort of propaganda going around where it says, that the Iran war was supposed to be properly like, oh yeah, he did the right thing by doing all of this?
It's a lack of education. What happened is, and that's why I think you should watch the political philosophy lectures that I sent. What happens is that regime alliance, like it says, like being a good citizen versus a good person. Regime alliance makes it so that you don't question things. So that's why you can't be a good citizen and a good person. Because if you're a good person, you're going to be analyzing and seeing how it benefits society, how it could be malaligned with societal values. And then what happens when you're regime loyal is you ignore that. You turn that all off. And a lot of these people are regime loyalists. And the level of education, it doesn't allow them to use the Socratic method. You know what I mean? They're not asking questions. They're not analytical. They're just like, oh no, this is the team I'm on, and the team I'm on is the right team, and we're winning. And that should never be a citizen's point of view in anything. You shouldn't even be like that at your job. You know what I mean? You should be always asking questions in your relationship. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, no, my friend Jimmy's always right. I'm always going to do what Jimmy does. And then Jimmy's like, yo, how about next time we go out, instead of using the bathrooms, let's pee on the table. And you're like, yeah, Jimmy's always right. I'm just going to do what Jimmy wants. No, you got to look at the situation, analyze it, and go, well, that doesn't seem right. I could still be Jimmy's friend and not do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have that. We have this blind, not us, but people have this blind loyalty to the regime that is in power, or the counter regime that is the opposition, and then the nuances in between. A lot of people miss.
That's crazy. You said that very succinctly with a lot of assertiveness right there. I'm sure we're now on the ICE watch list. or the disrespect Trump list. Now we're about to be
I want to say something. I like Sinners. I love Sinners. I called the live the other day, yesterday. I checked in on him to see how he was doing because he was the baby and all that. But I was like, I watched The Secret Agent because Alberto recommended it. I saw you on that post. Alberto recommended it, so I watched it, and I do think my favorite movie of the year is The Secret Agent. I love Sinners. I love Sinners a lot. I told the live I wish these two movies came out in different years so that I could be like Sinners is the best movie of the year. But I do think Secret Agent, for me personally, and it deals without spoiling too much. It deals with a military dictatorship of the 70s. I think it goes from like 60 something to 80 something in Brazil. And what that movie really inspired in me is that, you know, a lot like how I spoke to you about the Anne Frank thing, historical record is important because what's going to happen is we're going to forget these moments. These moments, like this one right here, like this, where we're trying to put ICE agents in TSA from one day to the other with a 24-hour gap of plan. We're going to forget this. If we don't talk about this and post it, we're going to forget that this type of silliness happened. And if fascism does end up being completed, maybe we die for this. But when that regime is over, because they always fall, this will still exist. And you'll remember when 30, 50, 60 years from now come on and they start watching these videos, they'll remember that they did this and that we lived in the regime, in the country, and we were outraged. We thought that as citizens we were being let down.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that I don't want to be on the list, but that is your duty as a human being. I think is to, if you have the cognizance to speak out, because your opinion will live forever.
That's real. That's deep. And I think that
and going back to, I'm telling you, you should watch the political philosophy lecture, man. Going back to Socrates was killed for his belief, but today he's the father of political philosophy. Without Socrates, we don't come to these democratic republic conclusions. But he died for that. He had to go die for what he believed in.
That's real. That's deep. And I think that one thing that you brought up is the history repeating itself. Like, we don't want that to happen. That's why we need to remember the past. Yeah. This is just a side thing. I was we have our haters in the comments whenever one of us says something that the majority don't like. And one thing the person was saying is that you can't expect this person to just know about like the past or know about past artists or different things of that nature. And I'm like, no, that person's supposed to know. Like, that's like we need to, like, we can't let the past die out and just say, oh, it's because we're trying to modernize things. In order for us to modernize things, we need to know what was the antiques of the past, so that way we can build upon that. And we need to know, like, just like how it is with music. I feel like it's just like the same with politics, if not more than. When it comes down to the future, we need to know what's happening in the right now. And I feel like that's all the more reason why our voices matter now more than ever.
That's true. That's 100% true. You have to know where you've gone to know where you're gonna go.
100% agree. Yeah. That's deep. I don't know if you want to continue with this.
No,
but that's my last thought. Personally.
We could wrap up ICE. I think the general consensus, we agree here. We don't always agree on this podcast, but I think we both agree that this is not the greatest idea, and that it could be, but not under this administration, not under this new ICE apparatus. It's going to leave us all a little uneasy. The lack of planning, the abuses of rights that they've shown, but yeah.
Agreed, man. I know I think we're moving on to something else. Dub C, I hope you was able to catch this. This is your. I don't know if Kano or if Alive was trying to put this on the agenda, but the fact that you were the first person to share it, I thank you for that. Because this is exactly what we needed to talk about. And also for those who might be watching it right now, live on YouTube right now, or gonna watch this later on, like we want your opinions. We want to know what you guys want us to talk about. We try to put our feelers out there to find out what's trending and also what's important to talk about. But the most important person is y'all, the focus group. Like we want to know exactly what you want us to talk about, so that way it piques your interest more. It clicks on, you get more clicks, we get more views, we get more likes, we get more people seeing our stuff. The algorithm is moving and shaking and moves us forward. And like, shout outs to y'all. As I wait for Kano to come back. Shout outs to y'all. We kind of reached a plateau where we got the most views in for a month, and we're getting closer to our goals of getting monetized and different things of that nature. And it's all because of you guys. And I feel like that extra step would be sharing topics and letting us know, hey, this is what we need.
You reminded me, because I want to put this in every video. Hold up, how do I do this? This is the Can't Focus podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, we haven't really been doing that. We need to do that more often. And actually, maybe even like put those little animations in our videos even more. Look at us still talking background stuff in front of y'all.
Yeah.
But
I want to get to Jay-Z and La Russell. You think we could do that today?
Let's do La Russell first, I guess.
Okay.
Before we get into La Russell, I wanna backtrack to last week. I said I made a mistake, and I said that Jack Harlow knew black music. That was literally a really bad telling of what happened. He actually doesn't know black music in general.
No. Wait, do you have that clip? Because I saw you share it, and I'll be honest with you.
Yo, Brandy did a diss record against him because he didn't know any Brandy records. He didn't even know who Brandy was.
Okay, I only saw the Hot 97 thing you did, the Hot 97 clip for the 4 songs. And I gotta be real with you. The guy you shared called Dead Presidents. And I don't know if that's the name they're supposed to have, but they're definitely Dead Pres.
Definitely Dead Pres. Yeah.
Definitely Dead Presidents. But I'm not mad at you if you don't know hip hop from Dead Presidents, bro. Like, that is a very, very niche East Coast underground record, bro. Like, it's probably more.
Are you sure? No, that it's bigger than hip. That's the song that they like. I automatically know it's Dead Pres when I hear that. It's bigger than hip.
But that's
I mean, I feel, but then again, I feel like that's a matter of opinion.
Knows that song in hip hop, let alone black culture and just hip hop. I don't like. I'm be real with you. I'm not trying to throw shots, but if you put Lil Baby, if you put Quavo here, if you put Lil Uzi Vert here, and you're like, hey, what song is this? I'm gonna be kind of shocked if they know, because when Drake did One Thing About Music, when it hits you feel no pain, a lot of people didn't know where that was from.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from.
Bob Marley.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. I'm just trying to make the correction. I'm just trying to make the correction of the Brandy thing. Like I said that he knew Brandy's music specifically, and he didn't know Brandy's music.
I thought you meant
Dead Pres, all that other stuff.
You meant music in general, because they was clowning him for not knowing some like.
But there's some records that are that's recognizable in the black. But I feel like the point is
black.
But that's, I feel like the point that they were trying to make in that whole situation is you and I feel like maybe you're right, giving you that is a bit of a reach with Dead Pres. But if you're coming into a genre where you want to eat off this genre, you want to eat off of the backs of other people that came before you, you would know how to. You would need to know some level of. You need to have some sort of understanding of the music that you are eating. You're trying to eat off
every song. Like I get if it's
not every song.
If it's
celebration,
didn't know
any.
If it's celebration and you don't know celebration, I'm gonna be like, that's weird, because one of them records. If it's ABCs, you don't know ABCs. If it's what's going on, and you don't know that. But not a miscellaneous Frankie Beverly and Maze song, because it's not a miscellaneous Frankie. But I know the song, but I don't know the name. Like, if you played that for me, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you the name.
But that's not. But I think the point. I feel like the point is not just knowing the name, but also, like, when you're in that scenario, when you're in that situation, how do you navigate that with humility? The difference, we talked about Mac Miller not being
Paul Wall is another one. I thought about this.
It's true. That's, as a matter of fact, Paul Wall, for real. Shout outs to him. But the only reason why Mac Miller and Paul Wall doesn't get the flack that white people get in general is how they navigate through it. I'm sure Mac Miller probably didn't know some of these different things.
They embrace the whiteness. They don't try to be black. They're like the basketball player. The basketball player White Chocolate, but he's white.
Yeah, right. As a matter of fact, that's 100%. Like, you embrace the whiteness, and
he's like, I'm a white boy playing with black people. Like, I'm not a black white boy.
Right, and that's the thing that we have to understand is that the two things that I want to put out there is that, number one, you're not gonna, even if you don't know all of these things, like, you need to understand who you playing ball with. You understand what I'm saying? Like, who you playing ball with, who is and who is gonna be the person that's buying your records and different things like that. And the second thing is, you gotta know some semblance of what you're eating off of, and when you get G-checked by that, you got to be ready to reply. And I think that's the situation with this whole Neo Soul album, because it's kind of like, and people are saying, like, oh, because he said, I got more blacker, like, oh, he's talking about the content, but I feel like the content is very, like, you saying that is you making the assumption that this is synonymous with blackness and black culture. And while
that's a good point.
And while black people are black people are a big piece of that, we have to also understand that is real. That's a real concept right there. There's white. We accepted John B. We accepted John B. We accepted Justin Timberlake. We've accepted.
Wait, time out. Did you say that last week? Did I just choose to ignore you?
I'm correcting myself,
because that is true. Because music, while a genre or genres of music can be part of black culture, they do not equate black culture.
Yeah, it's not. It's a subset of that.
Yeah,
hip hop is a subset of black culture.
Doesn't mean you got blacker. Yeah. Because while the artist and the foundation is black, you don't become black through the music.
And that's why Black Twitter is literally dragging this man through the dirt. It's because you think that because you're making this music,
I get it. That's like if I tell you I love tacos, I'm Hispanic.
Basically, that's a very makeshift example on the spot. But yeah, a little bit like that. And I just wanted to share that correction, because I don't want people to think that I am. No, I don't want people to. As a matter of fact, think what you think. I just want people to understand that I know what I'm talking about. Like, you're not gonna sit here and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And like a lot of people in the comments, I feel they don't understand, because anyway, we can just shut up right here and keep it at that.
Before we get to
let's get into La Russell. That's all.
Before we get to La Russell, I do want to get your opinion on this. I don't have any videos or anything. We're just gonna have an old-fashioned conversation about the topic without any videos, any reference points. But I don't know if you've seen, but the queer, and I think it's in our chat, the queer and trans community have been critical of Ryan Coogler's Sinners because they did not have any representation, and they're claiming that there should have been representation, and because they were around for the Delta Blues music movement, that scene, that evolution, all that, they were present. How do you feel about the criticisms of Ryan Coogler? There was a video I saw where they were like, not even a Vogue, like we couldn't even get a Vogue, like or a representation of a drag queen in the music scene, or how do you feel about that indictment? Well, while you think, I did look up some stuff because I had no clue that the queer community was present during the Delta Blues, and I guess I just wasn't around or paid attention enough. Well, obviously I wasn't around, but I didn't pay attention enough. But Ma Rainey was she a bisexual blues singer, and Bessie Smith and Rainey had songs about same-sex relationships. So we're talking about two women who were queer and pioneers of blues.
I feel like that's a great observation. I feel like that's a great observation that they're making. And I want to, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to be able to resonate with their thoughts about that. I also feel like there's a battle that's being fought. There's a battle that's being fought in cinema, in music, and in culture, in life, in America, and it's a fight with it's like for Black people in representation, and that's been a long standing battle. And no shade to them, no pain to them, but I do think that Sinners was specific about what it wanted to portray. And yes, there should have been at least a little bit of, maybe there should have been a little bit of representation, but I feel like we need to focus on number one, what that movie meant as a topic in of itself, like just as the movie, as what it was about, and the topics that came out of it, number one, and number two, what it meant historically for Black people in general. You know what I'm saying? Like just Black people, and the fact that there's so many things that they've won that we never been able to win in years. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need, like, okay, Ryan Coogler got his foot in the door. I know this guy. We know that he's going to find representation where he needs to find representation, and he's going to do it for the next one. Let's be patient with that. Because right now we do need to take what we can get in these certain situations.
Yeah, I heard a quote a long time ago that I guess I didn't really understand until this moment, which is representation for the sake of representation isn't representation.
Right. Oh yeah. That's deep.
And while the criticism could be fair, right, it also shouldn't be like an indictment on Ryan Coogler's character or what he means to cinema and to Black cinema and to Black culture. Like it shouldn't be a moment that we use against them. It should just be like a reminder that, hey, these people did exist, and it would have been cool if you included them. Because I understand the fear of erasure, right? Like I understand the fear of erasure, but I also I'm like in the middle where I'm just like, man, all people can't be represented at all times.
And I really do feel like we're picking and choosing out here with these things. Don't knock this man for his victory, bro, because he, for whatever reason, did not add you to this. And if you feel so inclined, and these are filmmakers, actors, and actresses that are within the LGBTQIA community,
you can make the Queer Blues movie.
You can do that too. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that, and I'm saying that not in a very malicious way. I'm saying that because I think Ryan Coogler opened the door. Matter of fact, let's go beyond that. Moonlight opened the door. movies like Moonlight getting best motion picture, just the vulnerability of a black man living in like trying to live in two different lifestyles, being um wanting to be vulnerable because he is gay, and at the same time is living this life of being this gangbang this hood dude because of what that gayness represents in the hood or whatever the case may be. Like just that
Is that
vulnerable
what
that was
Moonlight
such
is
a
about?
that was a very beautiful representation of, I feel that's like at least 70 or 80% of what it's about. But it's a very sentimental movie, and it shows, oh my, like it's such a deep movie. So this door's being open, and I feel like Ryan Coogler like even opened the doors even further for people to be able to find representation. So obtain that, like take that and be happy with that, and be like, yo, I'm gonna come through as well. You know what I'm saying? And if Ryan Coogler messes up again, it falls again, be there to be, I'm G checking you. Like what happened to the queer representation? How come that wasn't in there? You know what I'm saying? Like then you could G check him on that. But right now, let the man breathe. That's how I
I
feel.
agree with that. Now I'm gonna get to La Russell. I might have to go to my notes because I have been fighting this with the whole world. But I believe the notes.
I have different clips where we could
Okay,
play
so
and
from
pause.
0 to 55
Yeah.
and 55 to 125 and 249 to 406. That's a lot.
Um, we don't have to go through all of them.
Like life rap. Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Feels really low.
When I listen to your life rap, it like I. What made you do like life rap? Because when I listen to your life rap, it like I feel it. I feel what you're saying. So what made you do that?
That's a phenomenal question. How old are you? 12?
Yeah.
When I was 12, I needed.
I know. I'm not the person to say this. I know I'm not the person to say this. But why it look like La Russell ain't La Russell?
He's not La Russell?
No, it looked like he ate La Russell. He looked like he going through. It looked like Nutty Professor La Russell.
Actually, he lost weight. If you ask me,
he was bigger than this.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit bigger. Or maybe he was wearing bigger clothes back then. But he looks a lot fitter. He looks more fit, in my opinion.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say something racist.
Racist?
Yeah. But I was laughing because like
What'd you think I was gonna say?
whenever he talks, he just reminds me of like a very loud Muppet character.
What'd you think I was gonna say? What?
No. Because you preface it by like, maybe I'm not the person to say this. So I was like, oh nah, I gotta really brace myself for this. Maybe you should have texted me that on the side or something. So I was like, oh
no. He looks chunky to me, but maybe you're right.
I feel like he was always chunky, but he looks a little slimmer in this.
Okay, all right.
No disrespect to you, La Russell, but you sound like, how old are you, man? Like,
hey, yo,
like a very young old man.
Yo, someone find Shorty right here.
Good night.
My bad.
That helped me navigate where I was in life, and I wasn't always able to find them, so I made them. A lot of the life rap you hear from me is songs, is messages from me to myself that I can remember along this journey. And for all the little people who look like me and love me and think like me, to have a guide on their way. That's why I write life rap, for everybody going through life. Hey, I ain't trying to rain on your.
So this is the beginning of Heaven Sent. So the reason why I broke up this stuff the way that I did is I want people to understand what he was trying to do. If you hear everything before him saying, even Epstein, he was Heaven Sent, like all of that stuff, like everything that he was trying to do to build up to this point.
I want to say something too, because that's related to what he said. One thing I love about, because I've seen a lot of people say he's whack, he don't got no depth, he can't rap. I've seen a lot of people say he's trash. I saw somebody say it looked like he make commercial music, not like commercial like pop music, but like, you know, like Burger King commercial kind of music. And I gotta say,
look at all these SKUs,
I gotta say that one thing I love, for one, I love Bay Area music. I love Mac Dre. I love the Jacker. I love Lil B. I love E40, Too Short, Mr. FAB. I love the Bay. And his music is very Bay Area. He makes Bay Area music. And one thing about LaRussell, I've said this before, is his delivery. He might not have the best flows, he might not have the best bars, but you're gonna feel him because they come from his soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could see that. As a person who's not that big of a fan of LaRussell, even though I probably should be because I do like the life rap stuff. I do agree.
He's a mid rap.
It's passionate. He's very passionate.
Lyricism is mid. That's the problem.
Yeah,
he's not the most
which is what I want to get into, and why he felt why this whole thing fell apart for him. Yeah.
The pity party, but it's money outside. You should go and get some. I thank God, but some days I miss some of the days of the feeling of the life of the times I had to figure it out. They want me to dance and shout, you know, nigger it out.
Jesus.
But I'ma show them what this nigga about. This nigga about revolution. I don't just make songs you could dance to. I also make songs you could think to. The
so
water $10 that
he's setting something up where we're gonna have to understand. Like, we already know the piece at the end, but we have to listen to the piece at the beginning. He's literally explaining it, like a juxtaposition of, like, you know, like, or a big comparison between, you know, like the life that, like, this is what they want me to be, but this is how I'm not going to be. So there's that juxtaposition, and then he continues on. If you I don't know if you want to fast forward or play it around or whatever, but like, when you get towards the end, you start to understand, because then he started talking about
No, go ahead, my fault.
He starts to talk about like, we could play, but like, he starts talking about Jesus, right? And how it's like, yo, what if Jesus is just another regular person like me? Like, why, like, he's we always known him as to be divine and perfect. What if he's just a regular person like me? And like that, and that leads into the heaven sent lines,
which, by the way, that theory, a lot of people are mad at him for making spiritual lyrics. The ideas, the themes, the concepts behind this song are things that people have spoke about for ages, right? Like, what if God was one of us, right? Is like, you know, I don't remember who did that song, but we don't hate that guy,
right?
You know what I
mean? But I feel like that's when the comparison came about, right? Like, he was like, here's Martin Luther King, here's Malcolm X. I forgot the other positive head that he was talking about. Like, oh, these guys are heaven sent, but then all these guys are also heaven sent.
Yeah,
right?
Let's play 30 seconds more, and then we could get to like where he goes crazy. Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
The fest, but the liquor is 5. That's how they defeat you.
By the way, that girl in the green was dragged here by that girl in the jersey. She do not want to be.
Why am I here?
Niggas don't even talk like this no more. They be arguing with me on the net about substance. The fuck going on? Hey, I ain't trying to rain on your pity party, but it's money outside. You should go and get some.
Does he
I
have
thank
no
God, but
sneakers on? Are those just socks?
They are just socks. Yeah.
You know what? Shout out to
Is that
Frank
Mac
Knight.
Dre
Frank
right
Knight.
here?
Who?
Is that Mac Dre?
Maybe. I mean, it's West Coast, but I mean, shout out to Frank Knight. He be taking off his sneakers during mid performance, so I mean, maybe that's what LaRussell be doing too.
Man, that's cool. He got a little picture of Mac.
He's very down. He's very down to earth. I guess that's what he's trying to say. He's on his roots.
Where does he start his heaven sent?
Is it around? Man, that's why I pinpoint the points, boy. I think like 55 somewhere.
Who you do the deal with? Am I too big to be tripping over little shit? Am I too big to be feeling so small? Ignoring calls, I used to want it all. Now I want it all a bit less. Show me a bad bitch with high self-respect.
Yeah, this is where it gets. This is where he starts making comparisons from this point forward.
Show me a real nigga who ain't got vices. Show me a pastor who got rich and still righteous. Show me a God that everybody agree on. What if Jesus was on the same shit that we on?
So I love that. I love that you provide context, because when we start talking about what he says, I think you got to look at it from a spiritual lens, and not your spiritual lens, and not my spiritual lens, and not the viewers, because it's his art and it's going to reflect his spiritual lens. And it's going to reflect what he's thinking about at the time, what he's pondering, and he's already in a pensive state of mind where he's wondering, what if, show me a pastor who gets rich and is still authentic, and what if Jesus was just like how we was? He's already in that mode when he's going to drop these wild bars that went viral.
Yeah, and I feel like people have to understand the setup, and I feel like most fans are not artists, and I feel like we're artists, and I feel like we see the underlying part, and I also see what the fans see, and I understand why the fans feel the way that they feel, and why the haters got more ammunition against him.
We're shooting.
Can you continue, please?
What if Jesus was on the same shit that we on?
I'm gonna fast forward to where he gets to.
Not perfect, and neither is the president.
Oh, here we go. This is it, right?
Hey, I'm not perfect, and neither is the president. Was guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence. You can't be mad that they heated if you don't let them vent. Even the devil was heaven sent.
Which is a bar, because if you prescribe to many different versions of Christianity, they will tell you, even other Abrahamic religions, they will tell you that God created Satan, and Satan lived in heaven as an angel, and then he tried to do like a military coup on God, ain't go his way, and then he got kicked out of heaven.
Right.
But he was created by God who lives in heaven. So he was sent from heaven.
Yeah, which is so here's the thing, and we can, I mean, if we want to play the whole thing, so
I'll play the whole
thing.
Yeah. I'll go back a little bit.
That they heated if you don't let them vent. Even the devil was heaven sent. Even Malcolm was heaven sent. Even Martin was heaven sent. Even Kanye was heaven sent.
And he does this thing,
we all
right?
Heaven sent.
He goes to Kanye and he pauses and he said, "We all heaven sent." And then he starts getting like, because Kanye's that barometer where it's polarizing. Black people like him, black people don't like him, for all those things that he's been saying. And then that's when we start. So he tries to
whoa,
roller coaster.
Whoa. You're right. Right. He started off high with the devil, but let's put that aside. But then he goes from Malcolm to Martin, right? I think he goes Martin first, then Malcolm, right? Can I go back and see? Hold on. Let me just.
Even Martin was heaven sent. Even Kanye was heaven.
Nah, it would have been ill if he went Martin first, but it don't matter. We got Martin and Malcolm, which are leaders, right? And then we go one step to Kanye, and then one step above Kanye is Trump, right? For now, because he hasn't been convicted of anything crazy, even though the allegations are there. He's still not. Unfortunately, he's been hiding evidence, so he's not at the same level as Epstein right now publicly. But then we go one up to Epstein, and then we go one up to. I'm not going to say that name right now. I don't.
So I think so he's trying to show, and he talks about it. I don't even think we got to go any further, but like, because if you want to, you can.
Let me play it on.
Even Martin was heaven sent. Even Kanye was heaven sent. We all heaven sent. Donald too. We all heaven sent. Epstein too. We all heaven sent.
Why are you saying this with me?
Adolf too. We all heaven sent. Even you. We all heaven sent.
So, all right. He says all of that. It sounds wild, but if you put it into the context that we have, the context that we had before, we can understand where he was going with this, right? Yeah. Now, here's where now we talk about the failure in lyricism. This is the failure that I'm talking about in lyricism, because we talk about the term heaven sent as if it is, as if it is like, oh, sent from heaven, right? Sent from heaven is completely different from heaven sent. And there's another video I want you to play. I hope I still have it. It's with Van Lathan and I forgot the young lady's name that's in the video.
Is it a TikTok video?
Is it a TikTok? It should be a YouTube video. I want to say it's a YouTube video. I want to.
I don't have it, but I think it is viral enough to look for, because I saw that same video you're talking about.
So I don't want to say it because literally the young lady says it so succinctly.
Oh, I can't find it.
But basically, okay. So
she says he doesn't know. She says he doesn't. I remember. She said that he doesn't know what. I don't think he knows what heaven sent.
Heaven sent means, and
it's not here,
right? Like, and that is the part that he messed up on.
So I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. But go ahead.
And we can utilize it as literary, like it could be a literary device where he flips the word, but then he doubles down in the video. Like he has a 5-minute video where he doubles down and says that people are slow in understanding what he was trying to say.
I got that. That you did add that.
Yes.
Is it? Sorry, I went to the wrong thing. But this right here, right?
Yeah. So
I've been working, so I ain't got to really like be on social media. I cut my shit, I schedule it, and I post, and I get into the world. The homies briefed me yesterday on all the outrage. And my first thought was, niggas ain't that slow. But I go and look, and niggas that slow. Just listen to the music. Like, it's no way niggas hear that clip and they like, you support Epstein. When the world be in despair, sometimes you need realization. And that realization for me through this song was like, damn, the same God who created Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, who did so many great things, is the same God that created Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, who did so many evil things.
Pause. So, okay, so I guess this is where me and you will disagree. We can have this discourse here, but the point I'm trying to make is you cannot say that these people are stupid, but and by definition, the term heaven sent is not sent from heaven, or God created us, so that's not sent from heaven. That's not that at all. What heaven sent means is an event or some sort of situation that is a blessing. That's considered and equates to a blessing. So you're right in saying Malcolm and Martin and all these other people and even us are blessings, but then you try to say that Trump and all of these people are blessings, even though that's not what you said, right? And we have to be okay with that's not what you said. You now double down and call the people that are well, maybe because if you continue watching the video, he definitely says the people that have been hating on him since the beginning. So I guess these are the videos for the haters. But even the haters did not say that you support. The haters are saying you're stupid for saying the heaven sent line. That's a wild statement when you put it in the context that you put it in, and then you do not set up the proper metaphoric or whatever literary term that we're looking for. I guess it's one of those homonyms or homophones. I don't know what it is that you're trying to portray here. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not doing a great job in flipping this word the way that you think you're flipping this word. That's why so many people don't understand. And for somebody who kind of is direct with his lyrics, he's passionate, but is not super lyrical. You decided to try to be super lyrical here, and then you fell flat on your face. And that's the problem that I'm seeing in this situation, and why Russell's getting the flack that he's getting. If he just said, "Listen, y'all, I see this is what I was trying to do," and it kind of went over y'all heads. Let me explain it to y'all. My fault for y'all feeling this way. You don't even gotta apologize for your art. Just apologize that you feel the way that you feel. But this is what it really meant. And I stand by the message, the fact that the same God that created Malcolm X is the same God that created Epstein. That's it. Like why are you calling people dumb, stupid, that you don't understand, that you guys don't understand, and then proceed to talk about, oh, but this is all the good things that because I'm actually giving away more of the video, but he says all these great things I've done. I sold out a whole restaurant so I could feed the homeless food from the restaurant. Oh, I've done this for children. I go to the school and I do this, that, and the third for kids and blah 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 blah. Like that stuff is supposed to. I guess it's supposed to like, oh, I'm different. I'm not an Epstein supporter. No, bro. Like even Epstein supporters still think that children are the future of the world, and it still will be so nice to children and stuff like that, and things of that nature. Like that's not a good reason, and that's I guess that's my point. And I guess maybe you're gonna like you said you don't agree, but I think that he be wilding. I think he wilding for this.
No, I don't agree at all. I want to say before I get this off to the people who watch and whatever, I don't care if you don't think I'm right. My job here is not to convince you whether I'm right or wrong. My job is to give you my thoughts, and I feel like I'm right, but I'm not trying to convince you. So when you in the comments and try to tell me how I'm dead wrong I am, you can't, because music is subjective and art is subjective. Now,
well, I agree with this as well, y'all.
I'm a firm believer that sometimes, not sometimes. I spoke about this before. I'm a firm believer, and if you talk to creatives who created a high clip, they'll tell you sometimes it feels like our creations don't come from within. They come from outside. You can create from within. Those creations exist, and you're aware when you're forcing them out, when they're coming from you. But sometimes when lightning strikes, it feels like an external input. I don't know if you agree with that, Martin, but that's how I've always felt about creating. So I say that to say sometimes the artist in question isn't even aware of the art that they're creating. Like, when we talk about painters and stuff, obviously Van Gogh was very talented. Van Gogh made a masterpiece, but in his lifetime, he had no idea he made a masterpiece. He had to die. He cut his own ear off and all that. He had to die before he had a masterpiece. Sometimes the artists aren't aware of the art they've made. Sometimes they are. Go put that aside, because I do think this bar, this what's going viral, is actually super dope and super artistic. And let's get to like the juxtaposition of who Adolf is, who Epstein is. Some people would put Donald Trump in there, and what they mean to our society. They're a net negative. They're destructive. Some people would put the words evil there. You know, uh, many people will put the words evil there for at least two of them. The juxtaposition of the word heaven sent, right? Put in there, while it hinges on, and I really do believe this is wordplay, whether he means for it not to be, or whether he means or he does not mean for it to be wordplay, it is. The colloquial words of
Colloquial. No, I can't say it. Continue.
it is colloquial. The
Colloquial.
colloquial societal definition of heaven sent today is a blessing. That is the fact when we think of heaven sent. The ability to take a two-word phrase of how we understand it and to deconstruct it and reconstruct it back to its literal sense for this juxtaposition to be possible, while also asking a deep philosophical question, which is the question is, when does God create evil in the world? If these men are evil, did God create evil? Does God just create people with a blank slate and they have the free will and then they become evil? Within Christianity, you have the original sin debate. Are people born with original sin, or are people born pure? In ethics, in philosophy, you take God out of it, the question still is, are humans born pure? Like when we look at toddlers, are they bad or are they good? Are they shaped by society? To put that all and package it in, we all haven't said Donald too, Epstein too. You know what I mean? He might not mean it that way, but damn, is that art? And you know it's art because we're talking about it. The whole world stopped to talk about these bars, and I love that for hip hop, because when's the last time we sat here and talked about bars? When's the last time art and hip hop has stopped the world and now we're talking about bars and it's not a battle?
Okay.
And it's not a battle. Now I loved it. He might have not meant for it to happen. And sometimes that's who the vessel is. It's a guy whose lyricisms might not be the deepest. And I've heard people say he's not deep. A lot of people have said he's not deep. I've read comments. I've had a friend actually DM, and I think he said he's as deep as a bowl of soup. And I was funny because he said that, and then I went through the comments, and people were like, "This guy has no depth." ChatGPT even told me that Lil Russell's not deep.
Wow.
So he's a surface level rapper, sure, whatever, if that's how you feel. But this wasn't a surface level bar. This is a deep bar, and it hinges on the wordplay of definition. And you could miss me with what definitions mean, because I watched Shakespeare invent words. I took a class on Chaucer and Shakespeare, and they were like, "Oh yeah, these words were invented." So they were given meaning, and the value of those words were passed down. But he invented those words. He created definitions. You can create and recreate reality and lenses, and the music is going, like I said, is going to be a reflection of that person's beliefs. So if you're Christian, if you're not Christian, if you're Christian, you're like, oh, that's not what the word says. If you're not Christian, and you're like, I don't care about this. These guys are atrocious. I don't want your religious validation for them. It doesn't matter. It's his art. It's how he sees it. And at the end, the message is, you were created by the same person who created Martin Luther King and the devil, that created Malcolm X and Epstein, that created Kanye West and Adolf. You choose what you do in life. Man, that joint is hard to me. That is hard to me.
So I think I 99.9% agree with what you're saying. I think the 1% to me is that I don't, and maybe it's the definition of what art is, and maybe I guess it depends on who is the person that is. who understand who probably it's not even depends on. It's like you looking at art in one way, and I'm probably looking at art in a different way. You think that he's successful because outside of like he's outside of himself, there was an outer life experience for him to be able to create this song where whether he meant for it or not, to be like this polarizing, which I do agree. I think is polarizing, and I do agree with the understanding of like this is not the denotation of heaven sent, but the connotation of heaven sent, and where is a whole different scenario right now. I think I think that where we're looking at it differently is how like the execution. Let me just get this off.
Okay, go ahead. Because it was related to the colloquial thing that you said.
Yeah, let me get this. Like he said what he said, and I do not think he did he. And how would he do a better job or improvement of what he did? I don't know. All I'm saying is whatever he did, it did not get complete its intended purpose. Because if it did complete its intended purpose, fans and non-fans wouldn't be in agreement with the fact that what he said was wrong or messed up. And then he puts this out and doubles down and says, y'all stupid for not understanding. Right?
That was annoying.
Like that portion of it is like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like that's wild. These are and let's say these are for the haters. This could have been an opportunity to change the haters to fans, because what you've explained, Kano, is like it should like lyrical head should be looking at that and be like, wow, that's fire what you're saying.
Well, I want to
what I'm saying, but yeah,
that he's not. This is a hip hop thing. We redefine words all the time. Like dope in the 80s and the 70s meant drugs. Dope had a negative connotation. Now, when I tell you my chain is dope, well, I mean, no one says dope anymore, but you know what I mean. Sick, like I'm sick or bad. If I tell you a shorty's bad, the literal definition of bad is that she's not good. But if I tell you shorty's bad, you know what that means. We've changed the definition. That hip hop that is part of hip hop, whether he means to or not. That happened.
But you
second, yeah, no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say like, but we know when they said shorty bad, like we instantly knew that bad was good. Like we instantly knew, like that's what makes, even when E40 makes different words on the regular, bro. Like he makes new words on the regular, and sometimes we might not understand it, but we may not like. But when he puts it in the context, oh, this means this, and this means good, this means bad, or this means like someone's about to roll up on us, or whatever the case may be. I just think that he did not do that with Heaven Sent.
No, but I do understand why he would think people were stupid, even though that's a negative approach, is because if you believe in God, God is in heaven. That is where he resides. And if something is sent from heaven, it's probably sent from God, you know? But I was going to say that the other reason why I defend this, because it would be indefensible, because I know people are like, oh, we're in rage bait territory. He's clout chasing. This was supposed to be viral. He made it to be polarizing. Maybe. All those things can be true. But if he did it in a malicious way, I probably wouldn't defend it. You know what I mean? But that's not what's happening here. He didn't do it in a malicious way. Like we shared earlier, he's questioning other things. He's questioning if a pastor could be rich and still be pure. He's questioning if every man, can you find any man without vices? You know? And then the questions go on to, well, he's answering it, that everyone's heaven sent, but that is a question that you can have. And he's not explicitly saying that these evil people are good. He never says that.
Right.
He's just saying, if God created everything, God created these people. And while that can make you uncomfortable, art can make you uncomfortable.
And that's what art does.
But it's not malicious. If it was malicious, if he had a bar that was like Jesus smiled during the Holocaust, then I'd be like, I don't know if that's art.
That's malicious.
I don't know if that's art. I don't know if that comes from a sincere, genuine artistic place. That might just be hate speech, and that exists. That exists in music. And I personally don't think that's art. I think that's where we teeter on the line of propaganda. That's not this. That's not what this is. This is introspective reflection of religious ethics or even philosophy.
And it's a shame because I feel like this is one of his deepest songs. Like when I broke it down, I said, you know what, let me hear it from the beginning. When I broke it down, I was like, this is a very, very well thought out song. It's no wonder he felt as though like, yo, I'm gonna go up against what the engineer says and put this joint out. I mean, he should have listened to that engineer.
I'll go one deeper for you. What if he would he still be wrong, or would he even be even more wrong? What if his belief is that we're only on this earth temporarily and everything here is just material, nothing really is real, your soul is being tested here, and where you land eternally is judged by here? So like if that's his perspective, wouldn't this song be worth more even in value, because he's telling you the roads you can lead through your free will, and your soul is at stake? Like if he added that, would that have made us more uncomfortable? Would that have been cool? Because I mean, that can be inferred.
But here's the thing, Kano, and I feel like you hit the nail on the head. I feel like if he did go that deep, it would have rounded out the Heaven Sent. I feel like there was something unclean, not in an evil way, just something that he did not check for this Heaven Sent thing. And I feel like it was incomplete. It wasn't fleshed out the way it needed to be fleshed out.
Right, but I feel like if he did flesh it out, it wouldn't hit the same, because yes, the connotation of Heaven Sent is blessing. So you hear Heaven Sent and you're automatically thinking great things that God sends in your life. And then he says those names. So it's like a gut-wrenching punch.
Like even love songs would say you're Heaven Sent. Like God gave you to me because you're a blessing. Like stuff like that. Like when love songs speak like that, that's what you're referencing when you say Heaven Sent. So everybody has and the population of the United States is for the most part Christian. When you hear Heaven Sent, it's something that people hold on to very tightly, especially people who really believe and believe in God, believe in Christianity. This is something they grasp at. So when people hear it, obviously, it's going to leave a negative. It kind of leaves it itching to the ears. It's like a note that is. It's like you play this crescendo, and then you're leading to the end of that crescendo, and you leave it incomplete. It's like, like where's that last note? And it's kind of like, like Heaven Sent, why'd you say that? That feels weird to me. So I feel like that's the concept. I feel like that's why he needed to flesh it out. Maybe he could have fleshed it out and made it more simplistic, very Lil Russell style, but I don't think he did a good job in doing that. And then he made it even worse by saying y'all stupid. I feel like,
like I said, he might not even have been cognizant of the fact that he did what he did.
And I feel like if he,
because that happened to Orson. That happened to Orson Scott Card. He made Ender's Game. Y'all might not know, but these are novels. He made Ender's Game, and these are amazing novels. And wow, what happened? They might not be popular novels to y'all. He made these amazing novels, but he's a really bad person. And if you ever like hear him talk, you're like, did he plagiarize these novels? Like, does he he doesn't seem to have a grasp or understanding about the philosophical questions that these novels have. And funny enough, there's a Adolf Hitler theme in one of his books. But he, again, the art within his novels might have just been a happy accident. And sometimes that happens, man.
It's true. It's true. And I feel like maybe if that was the case, maybe when he heard all of these people saying these negative things, he should have taken the time out to listen and be like, you know what? I stumbled upon something that's a little bit deeper than I thought. I need to flesh this out a little bit more, and then like make a video similar to this, but instead of calling people stupid, say like, "Yo, like this is what came to me in a dream or whatever the case may be, and this is how I explained it." You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
whatever. But I guess I don't want to beat a dead horse or nothing. So
Yeah,
like
we could move on here.
we can definitely move on. But shout outs to La Russell. Really dope, really dope song for some people who really who's really looking deeper into this song. But bro, like I think you need to do an apology run personally.
Yo, Mo, who's your favorite rapper that's alive right now? Like of all time that's alive right now.
I have a top 10. I feel like you're trying to guide me to Jay-Z, I'm gonna say Jay-Z. All right, cool. Jay-Z's definitely not Jay-Z's not my most favorite rapper, but he's definitely on the top 10.
Yeah, he might be my favorite rapper, honestly. Yeah, I grew up with Jay-Z. I'm from Brooklyn. I remember almost every record that he ever dropped where I was, except Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt is an album I had to go back to and listen to. But every album after that, like I remember where I'm at, where Imaginary Player comes out. I remember where I'm at, where Hard Knock Life comes out. I remember talking to a girl on the phone while the Hard Knock Life videos on BT, and Shorty's like, "That's my sister on the stoop." You know what I mean? So like, I grew up with him. He was a local figure, and then I watch him blow up and just be this billionaire global guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
good intro. I love it.
My favorite rapper, bro. Honestly. So let's get into this because I haven't seen this. So let's watch this, right?
Yeah.
It's not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Jay-Z will be hosting concerts on July 10th and July 11th. Yes, the Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint anniversary concerts will be taking place in Yankee Stadium, gang. Hove is back outside. Yesterday, it was announced that he'll be headlining the Roots Festival. Today, it was announced that Jay-Z will be hosting.
Bro, did you see that Roots Festival lineup?
I didn't get to see it. My wife was telling me about it the other day.
I'm gonna take a little. We're gonna take a little break so I could show you this lineup because this lineup is. How do I open this in new image tab?
I don't know.
Okay. Can you see this?
Jay-Z and the Roots. Oh, Jay-Z on it too.
So this Jay-Z's headline of the Roots picnic. Erykah Badu. Yeah, all these make sense except who booked Mariah the Scientist here, bro? We got De La, we got Bilal, we got Jazzy Jeff, you got Black Thought gonna be there with J. Period. I'll even take Jermaine Dupri because he's, Kalani, Brandy, T.I., they're huge. They make sense. I'm not hating on Mariah the Scientist. In no way am I hating on Mariah the Scientist. But who booked her? Like, this is not her audience, bro.
Well, I mean, like, Mariah the Scientist and Tamar Braxton kind of make similar music. So it kind of makes sense.
I just, that joint, it stood out to me. But I'll finish here real quick. I just thought that was wild.
I mean, like, for her to be that high on the list is kind of crazy, but I feel
be there, bro. Like, I want to see all the Ambrosia for Heads, okay, hip hop, wow, hip hop.
But you got Tamar Braxton on there. Like, Tamar Braxton does the same kind of music Mariah the Scientist does.
Yeah, but she a Braxton, so.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But continue.
Anniversary concerts at Yankee Stadium on July 10th and July 11th. in the Bronx. You shit me? I will be there. They said Rock Nation was paying me. Who I gotta hit up from Rock Nation for me to get tickets? I need tickets.
I'm with him.
I need to be on third base.
Is there more, or he's just going to talk about how he needs to be there?
He is probably going to be. He needs to be there. You can post it.
I agree, man. I need Jay-Z tickets too, bro. Jay-Z. I went when he did the but he did Webster Hall, I think, when he did the B-sides at Webster. I was so mad I couldn't afford it, bro. I was so mad. Remember that joint?
I do remember that, but I'm never really excited to. I'm excited to see Hove because he's going to be in New York at Yankee Stadium. He made the Yankee fitted what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of like a full circle moment. So that's why I'm excited about it. Hove, if you see this, please don't kill me. But I don't know. Like your performance, you're not a performer like the way I want you to perform at a hip hop concert for real. Like I want to be out of my seat jumping. I feel like I'm not going to be like that. I feel like I'm going to be. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be like a Death Poetry Jam for me.
Why are you a hater, bro?
Sorry, Hove. I love you, man. I really do. I think your music is amazing. I just like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna?
Do you know?
Let's go down the list, y'all.
Do you remember real quick? Do you remember when Jay Electronica had a show in Red Hook, and I didn't go, and then this dude just popped up out of nowhere and gave this? The whole internet was going crazy.
I can't hear music in my ears. We call an individual into existence, and when that individual comes, yes, sir.
Who cares if he could move? Do you see the crowd go crazy when they hear Young Black and Gifted because they know he about to rap a freestyle? Imagine what that presidents come on with.
I feel like that's what I'm going to. I feel like that's what we're gonna ride on the coattails of, is the fame and what he has brought to Brooklyn. He represented Brooklyn he represented New York in an amazing way.
When Otis drops, when Threats drop, or whatever he does, whatever Hard Knock Life gonna go crazy in that joint.
Yeah, I feel like there's not. I feel like if he's doing it really depends on who's coming to this show, and if it's really like if it's the diehard Hove fans, because there's fans. Alberto's been coming up a lot in this podcast. Alberto did a status, and he was like, "Yo, I don't want to see like I know y'all New York heads. I don't want to see no New York. I want to see real hip hop heads come to this event because that's what's gonna make it fire. Hip hop heads is gonna make this fire. Real Jay-Z fans are gonna make this fire. Not some New York people and then they come listen to Hove and then they just sit around and just record because they're in the midst of a legend. No, we want the people that know who the legend is because that's what's gonna make the performance memorable. It's the crowds, and they're gonna be the ones that's going to make it an event for real. I remember this. I remember there was this video of somebody doing like a street report, and this black girl came through and just literally spat the whole verse of Imaginary Players.
Oh, you talking about? Rest in peace. Oh man, rest in peace. She passed away.
Oh, she did? Oh wow.
Yeah, you talking about? Wow, yo, she's from East New York or the Ville. Oh man, what's her name?
I don't remember, but we need people like her to be at Yankee Stadium. We need people like her to be at Yankee Stadium. There she is.
Man, look at my BK Tidal Wave or something like that. I think what her name is.
I didn't even know that she was so famous that people knew her. But R.I.P. to her. I didn't even know she passed.
Yeah, she was. She did Taxstone's podcast, I believe, 2 ones. Yeah, BK Tidal Wave. Yeah, man. Wait, how about you?
Is that,
I
are you the baby in the
there.
corner?
I was. The ISIS is the
New streaming
that's
service.
my shit. Bail money, double XL money. You got flash now, your time to reveal money.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We need people like her to be at the Yankee Stadium because I feel like we're like we don't want the new New York that don't really know Hove like that. Who knows Hove as Beyonce's husband? Like I don't want that. I don't want that crowd. I want the Hove crowd, bro. I want the crowd that knows the B-sides.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think this is gonna sound crazy because he's Jay-Z, but I think Jay-Z is underrated
as a performer,
as a rapper.
What?
Yeah, I think people don't give him enough props, bro. He is so dope. Like,
wow, interesting. That's an interesting. I guess you're saying. I guess you're saying with all the fame that he has garnered over the years, he should be even more famous.
Yeah, let's play a game real quick and then we can end it. Kareem Biggs Burke, who is 1/3 of the founders of Rockefeller with Dame Dash and Jay-Z. He had a thing where he said, pick your favorite song off of each Jay-Z album and one for each disc of the Blueprint 2. So I loaded up some here. I got This Reasonable Doubt, so you can look at the track list and you can give me your favorite record on Reasonable Doubt.
Wow. Politics as Usual.
Politics as Usual is your favorite record on Reasonable Doubt?
That's the one that really, and I love Can't Knock the Hustle. I love 22 Twos. I love Can I Live. I love Regrets. But there's just something about Politics as Usual.
Bro, I thought you was gonna say Brooklyn's Finest. I really thought you were gonna say Brooklyn's Finest.
Nah, man.
For me, it was between Brooklyn's Finest and Dead Presidents 2, but I gotta go with Dead Presidents 2.
Oh,
gotta
go
go
with Dead Presidents 2 is amazing.
Because it's the
amazing
Soviet.
record.
What is it? The Soviet unified flow. You already know. Oh man, I don't even remember.
I'm sorry. You can catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all violating, no hitting. Y'all make my blocking red hot. I'm like Satan. Y'all be the struggle. Y'all be the hustle behind the wheel. Try to escape. Nah, yo, it's the bars and the flow. What are you talking about?
It's Dead Presidents for me personally, but the next album, which is I think is a super underrated album, is In My Lifetime. People make fun of it because it has some records that people don't like The City Is Mine and Sunshine.
Where's go down. Where is it? Where's that one?
Which one?
That record? The In My Lifetime. That's the next one, right?
This is the In My Lifetime Volume 1. Yeah.
Right now, what I see is the track listing for.
My bad.
Thank you.
My fault. Here we go. Yeah. This one was tough for me.
Wow. Oh wow.
This one was tough for me because I really love the intro. The Amelia, that joint.
Yeah.
Lucky Me is fire. I think Where I'm From is one of his best records. But because of how vulnerable it is, and I learned that he shot his brother and he really in real life shot his brother, it gotta be You Must Love Me for me.
I haven't. I've only sad to say I've only known most of these from a mixtape, not from the album itself.
It's an album a lot of people skip over.
Streets is watching. No, I'm between Friend of Foe 98 or Streets is watching.
Friend of Foe 98 is fire. Friend of Foe 98 is fire.
It might be Friend of Foe 98 because that's the sequel from Friend of Foe on Reasonable Doubt, and that's a bar. That's
that one is the one where he's like send the ice for Big, right? Where it's like a play on yeah, that is fire. Oh, there goes Sunshine. A lot of people didn't like Sunshine. I didn't see it with
All right,
yeah,
so that's
okay. What about this album here, which is considered his breakout album, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life? This one's hard because it got some bangers on here. It got Hard Knock Life, Money Cash Hoes a week ago. It got the Reservoir Dogs, which is a posse cut.
You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me. Reservoir Dogs.
Nah, I'm not mad at that. That's the Locks. That's Beanie. Yeah, no, I'm not mad at that at all,
Reservoir
man.
Dogs, bro. That's the
I think you might get mad at me because the record I love from this album is a record that not too many people love from this album, but I love this record. It's a week ago with Too Short.
Well, that's a fire song too. But yeah, I can see why people wasn't really rocking with it. But that's a good song. That's a good song.
Volume 3, Life and Times of Sean Carter.
I don't know
this album. One. You don't know this one?
Nope.
This is one of his biggest albums.
Things that you do, it's hot. Yeah, I don't know nothing on this album. Go down.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm about to do that. I just lost the tab.
Y'all gonna hate me because I don't know nothing on this joint. Except for the actual what you call them? Just the hits. Just the hits. And probably Dope Man, yeah.
How do you know Dope Man, but you didn't listen to the album, bro?
Right. Some of these songs came from mixtapes.
So for me, it is it's gonna be. I don't see it here.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Jigga.
That's mine. That's mine. I didn't see it's 15. Is that's the one for me?
That's a good
Jigga,
one.
My word I don't say publicly anymore. That's the one.
That's that. Woo! That's that heat. All right. Or
and now we got Dynasty, Rock La Familia. This one again is loaded with joints that I love. The 1-800 Hustler, This Can't Be Life, Love the Guilty Until Proven Innocent, all that. Love. And I said 1-800. It's 1-900.
Can't Be Life. That's the one with Scarface, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I believe so. I can't see it. Yeah, right here. Yeah. It's the first Kanye record that they ever spit on, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, this joint got hits. I don't know. And that's 1-900 Hustler. I don't know.
And I love the Dynasty intro.
The streets is talking.
Ever the Dynasty intro? Oh my god.
Dang! Wow! Wow! I just want to love yous on this. I didn't even know.
I just want to love.
It's gonna. This Can't Be Life hits hard for me, man. And I think I might.
Can't Be Life.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be my joint.
For me,
if he brings up. But here's the thing. Here's I know you're doing these records like your favorite records, but he's doing Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint. He's not doing any of these other stuff, is he? Do you think so? He could. I guess it's his records.
The person who asked was Kareem Biggs Burke, and he still works at Rock Nation, and they're really close. And a lot of the comments were like, "Good try, you trying to get us to create the playlist for the set list for the concerts, huh?" And I thought that was funny. I thought that was hilarious because he is a guy who's really close to Jay. So I mean, it's possible he plays more than just the albums. But I did want to say, Where Have You Been is my favorite record on Rock La Familia. It's about him and Beanie's dad not being present. It is a super, super deep record, and I love it. I love Beanie's verse so much on it too, but yeah. After Rock La Familia, he dropped Blueprint, and this one was tough for me. This is the rulers back takeover. HOVA, girls, girls, girls.
Never change.
Jitado.
Oh man. Oh wow. It's honestly is between Heart of the City and You Don't Know for me.
As You Don't Know for me. I gotta go with You Don't Know. Gotta go to You
If you
Don't Know.
go
You
for
gotta
You
pick
Don't
one.
Know, I'm going for Heart of the City.
Heart of the City. Okay.
You don't know.
You know how dope an album gotta be that you gotta leave Renegade off the favorite list?
That's
This way you
a
pick one for each disc. You never gonna guess mine for the first one. You'll never guess mine for the first
Hovey baby. Excuse me, miss. What they gonna do all around the
one.
world?
Around the world.
Tag.
Same song.
Dude. You're gonna hate me because it's an A track record. Or what is it called? Excuse me, miss.
No, that's a fire record though. I also think this album is super slept on because it's a double disc and people hate double disc. But I don't think this record has as many duds as people think they do. Not to me at least, because I think Hovey Baby's amazing. My favorite is gonna be Dream. Had a dream, I said, about who he said, about Big, I said. That joint, oh my god.
That's a dope bar. That's a
First time I heard that record, that's one of the reasons I rap for real, man.
That's gonna be
this too. I already know which one it is too. This isn't even this too.
Scroll down.
Scroll down.
Okay. Wow, this is kind of difficult for me because I don't remember some of these songs. How to Show You How go again?
I
don't remember.
I know I don't know if you want to count that because that's like a bonus track though. That's like on the deluxe, right?
Yeah,
I might be tripping. It might not be on the deluxe.
I don't remember most of these joints. I think I might keep it. Scroll up again. Scroll up a little bit, just to see the first record. I think I might keep it at. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it Diamonds Forever.
Diamonds is Forever is fire. I was debating between Meet the Parents and somehow, some way, because of how dense and dope Meet the Parents is. But I gotta go somehow, some way because
I may actually do somehow, some way too.
Rap riddle out this, mother effer. Like rap riddle out. I don't care what y'all say. That joint is fire.
Yeah, no. I think I'm gonna have to steal that too, somehow, some way.
All right, okay. What about for the Black album? Right, that's what came after.
Wow.
Yeah,
man. It's gonna be between Threats and Allure.
I saw Charlemagne put PSA, and because I don't want to be Charlemagne, I'm gonna go with 99 Problems.
Honestly,
because
I wasn't gonna choose PSA because I just felt like everybody's gonna choose PSA.
Right, that's true. He do got one of the most dope bars in PSA. Like Che Guevara with bling on. I'm complex, right? That's what PSA.
Yo, my goodness. Shoot at your actors like movie directors. That was a bar too. Allure for me. It's gonna be Allure.
Allure is a dope song. What comes after the Black album? Did he do Blueprint 3 after the Black album, or did he do Kingdom Come?
No, it was Kingdom Come.
Oh, what did I do?
I'm ready for Kingdom Come.
This album also is another one where people sleep on because people hated it when it came out, but man, did it have some bangers on.
On me a favor when Kingdom Come. Wow, this Lost One. I forgot about that.
was,
Lost One. Do something to win. Yeah,
I
that's a good one.
almost picked that one because of the verse he got about his nephew. Right, the one where he gave his nephew a car and his nephew passed away in that car. He crashed it.
Yep. I heard him up saying they made Hove. Made Hove say, okay, so make
Oh, that's
another
Lost
Hove.
Ones too.
Yep.
Okay, so make another Hove.
Yeah, that's a bar. That was a bar. Yo, he makes about Hove, bro. He makes bars, but like they're quotables, bro. Like you can't. How do you do that,
For me, I'm gonna go with the Prelude because he was rapping on that joint.
bro? Why'd you do that? Oh
my bad. My bad. My
All
bad.
right. No, yo, I was rapping
No,
that
because
joint,
if you gonna do Prelude, I do Lost Ones because that's why I thought you was going.
I would said I've been through with the game, but I never could.
I'll take Lost Ones if you take Prelude. If you take Lost Ones, I'll take Prelude. Like that's
Nah, I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna take dang, I don't even know. It might be Lost One, or because I love Kingdom Comes beat. And even though the bars to me are a little cheesy, I just liked it. Peter, what? No, he said Peter Parker, Spider Man. All I do is time the charts.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Sorry,
it's like Bruce Wayne, throw your rock signs in the air. Yeah. Nah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be Prelude.
A young Jason really enjoyed Dig a Hole because he was being petty and getting at people.
Yeah, he
which Jay doesn't really do.
Trouble was a good song too.
I don't remember Trouble. How does Trouble go?
That's the all I remember was the last verse where he kept on saying the N-word.
I don't remember Trouble, bro. What came after Kingdom Come? American Gangster. Yeah, we were still in high school for both these records.
Yep. Then it was
man. You remember, we was friends.
This has to be one of his top 5 albums, in my opinion. And I already know it's between it's either between ignorant ish
Beanie
and No Hook for me.
Can I ask you a question? Maybe this is stupid to ask. How did I don't remember Lupe's Food and Liquor came before American Gangster? How come Lupe has an Ignorant Ish on it? But I remember Ignorant Ish being Jay-Z's first. But now I'm looking at it on the
There's
album.
an Ignorant Ish on Food and Liquor?
Is there not?
No.
Lupe got an Ignorant Ish though. And it might have been
maybe it wasn't on Food and Liquor. It's probably on the mixtape.
Okay. Yeah, so that would explain that.
Party Life was good too, bro. Party Life was great.
Also, Rock Boys, man. Rock Boys was that at that time.
That's not a slouch. Yeah, that's not a slouch on it. I feel like the weakest record on there was Brooklyn, Hello Brooklyn.
Wow, you're a hater. I love Hello Brooklyn.
That's a horrible beat. I don't know why Lil Wayne was on that record. Was not a fan. Was not a fan of that song. This is dang near a classic. And then Hello Brooklyn. Oh,
it is one of his better later albums.
And I know. Oh my gosh, bro.
I was not a fan. I was at BMCC when this came out. I was not a fan of this.
Wait, but you ain't say what was your which one you said was your favorite on American Gangster?
Oh, you're right. I did not. Let us go back. This one is hard because he went through mad soul records. And I love soul beats, and he rapped on soul beats over and over and over.
I'm sorry, ignorant is for me, bro. His last verse, oh my gosh.
I gotta go American Dreamin' for me.
Oh my gosh.
I just love the way he danced on that. That beat is fire to me. It's just so soulful. I just realized right now that it's a Marvin Gaye sample. And it just kills that joint.
Now I gotta go look for the lyrics for Ignorant Ish, bro, because he
went crazy on that. That beat is like phenomenal. So now
crazy.
Blueprint
3, yeah. And I think after that is Man the Carter Holy Grail.
Yeah.
I think.
Now, I'll say that while I wasn't a fan when this came out, it had some of the biggest records he's ever had, like Empire State of Mind and Run This Town. But also, I remember listening to Venus and Mars and going, "Who made this beat?
Trash.
Like, why did you rap over it?"
I actually like Kid Cudi, Already Home. I like that album. I mean that song. I'm already home. Hey, I'm already home.
I do like Young Forever. I think that is a dope record. Although I thought the song said Forever Young.
I thought it was Forever Young too. Forever Young.
It is Forever Young.
I wanna be forever young.
Yeah,
Yep.
you gotta say that.
Not
a fan of the Jeezy record. Not a fan of On to the Next one. I'm not a fan of those.
I'm not a fan of Off That.
Not a fan of Off That. As much as I love J. Cole's verse on The Star Is Born.
I'm sorry, Already Home for me, bro.
Already Home?
Yeah.
I gotta go with the pop record, Run This Town.
Wow. Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Gotta go with the all black everything, man.
Wow. That's crazy. Wasn't expecting that. All right.
And now we're gonna go to my least favorite Jay-Z album.
You know what's crazy? I actually think this had some joints.
And I had a Samsung tablet when this came out.
That's when he had like the like he had that deal with Samsung. I do remember that.
Yeah. And I do have a record I like here.
Oh man.
But I don't love it.
Oh my goodness. So many good records on here, bro.
You like this album?
Yo, I love this album, bro. I did. Heaven was dope. The beats were just fire to me, bro. The beats were just fire to me.
I didn't like
F me, you know I got it. Oh my god, I love that song.
That is a good record on here. That is a fire one.
Tom Ford, clap for with his rap. Yo, nah, boy. Picasso, baby. That might be my favorite record.
You going Picasso,
baby? Yeah. Pandora's Box.
So here's the crazy thing. Going from Run This Town, which is the Super A record, right? Maybe Empire State of Mind is the Super A record on it, but Run This Town is one of those. To going to one of the most B-side records that most Jay-Z fans don't even know exists. Jay-Z Blue. I love
Jay-Z Blue was a dope song, bro.
I love Jay-Z Blue.
I'm sorry. This album is heavily slept on. This album, part 2, you know, On the Run was one of my wedding. That was a song we played in our wedding.
Yeah,
that was that's what you guys walked out to in my wedding. Walked into.
Oh, that's crazy.
This
is his last solo album, 444. One of his best albums, I think.
Yes, this is truly one of his best albums. And I don't even know which one I would say is my favorite on this. I feel like every song is there's no skips. There's no skips on this.
For me personally, as much as I love Kill Jay-Z, The Story of OJ, Family Feud, Moonlight, La La Land, I get it now.
You never got it? You never got it? Yo, no, wow.
Okay.
That's why he's such a genius, bro.
Yeah. Marcy Me for me.
Oof.
Marcy Me.
Ooh. Is that the Gotham City Heartbeat? Oh my gosh, that second verse was magnificent.
Does he say that on Marcy Me?
Yeah, I think it's Marcy Me. Am I bugging? Yeah, it's Marcy Me.
Yeah, you're right. It's Marcy Me.
I'm the Gotham City Heartbeat. Yo, I love that album. Okay, so if you say
I like when he opens it back when Ratchet was a Ratchet,
Yo, yes.
Ratchet was
Yes.
ratchet.
Yes. Yes. Okay. If you're gonna say that, it's not necessarily one of his best. No, actually, yeah, it's not one of his best records, but I rock with it heavy. It's in all my playlists, almost every single one of my playlists, and that's Bam.
Wow. I didn't think you was gonna go with that. I did not. Now, that's his full solo. I do think you gotta include this in his discography, right?
Can he? Is there any legal issues with that?
I don't know, but for the sake of
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's Joy. I can't. I don't
where
even have
is
to
the
look at the
track
record.
list here?
I have to look at the track list. It's Joy.
Joy?
Yeah. Isn't that what it's called? Or these are the makings of you. No Church in the Wild, Lift Off, Enters the Paris, Otis, Gotta Have It, New Day. No, this joint was for P Rock. This is P Rock's. Go down. Welcome to the Jungle. You gotta have P Rock.
No, you're right. It is called The Joy. I just don't see it here.
What?
Oh, it's on the deluxe edition.
Okay. That's
That
cheating.
counts.
That's cheating. That's cheating.
No, that counts because Ham is Watch the Throne. And that's also the deluxe version. And Ham is Watch the Throne all day. So I'll take The Joy. You gonna hate me? I'm gonna go Otis.
Oh, I'm not gonna hate you for that. That's a record, bro. That's a record.
I gotta go Otis. I got one more for you that he's definitely not gonna perform, but this is a project that he did. This is a project he did, and it has one of my favorite Jay-Z
What about
songs.
Unfinished? If you're gonna put that, you gotta put Unfinished Business.
I could put Unfinished Business. I just don't like Unfinished Business. There's nothing on Unfinished Business I like. But I got a favorite record from this one.
Which one is that?
It Ain't Personal.
I actually don't know anything from this joint.
What? It Ain't Personal. It Ain't Personal felt like a week ago remix.
Yo,
Man, he got one of the best quotes on It Ain't Personal that I still live by today. He said, "If you broke and your friend and if to know how people really feel about you, your friend got to be rich and you got to be broke. Because if you're rich and they broke, they're gonna leech off you. If y'all both broke, there's no strain on the relationship. Oh no, when y'all both got some money, that's what he said. When y'all both got some money, then you see how they really feel about you." That's the intro to the song, bro.
That's a bar. Yeah, I don't remember this album at all. I don't have no favorites.
It's okay.
And there's nothing against R. Kelly or whatever. It's just that Kano loved hip hop since his conception. I loved hip hop in sixth grade. A small no, but let me tell you, a huge reason as to why I didn't listen to hip hop music was because of my mother. My mother thought hip hop was a bad influence.
Bro,
so she kept me.
I got in trouble for Uchi Wally.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. You probably was sneaking to listen to that stuff. I didn't sneak. I was okay with this. I was okay with playing video games and watching anime, being a nerd and stuff like that. I was okay with it. It wasn't until I got to sixth grade and I was being made for what happened.
Because you just made me remember. I used to sneak to listen to Unleash the Dragon.
Yeah, yo,
Return of the Dragon is a crazy intro to my mother. I remember she heard it and she was like, "These are curses," and I'm like, "Ma, this isn't even rap." Because at the time I already listened to like DMX and stuff, but oh man.
And that's the thing. Like the first time I ever listened to hip hop was I was in the sixth grade, and everybody was into hip hop. Like everybody was into. Like the first full record I ever heard was Country Grammar by Nelly.
That's one of the first albums I've bought. My first album was Dead Prez, because somebody at the Virgin Records lied to my mother. But
Nelly.
that was one of the first records I bought with my money.
Nelly was my favorite rapper, and then it became 50 Cent, and then Kanye West.
You know, I used to tell people that I discovered Nelly, right? Because, and this is so stupid, because for him to be on the Source TV show meant he already had motion. But I heard Nelly before a lot of people in my class heard Nelly because he, I think it was the Source, but was it the Source that had like a show that it was like the bootleg,
Yo MTV Raps?
No, not even. With the oh man, with Don Cornelius. What's the show with Don Cornelius? I don't know why I'm
Soul
blacking out.
Train?
Yeah, it was like the bootleg hip hop Soul Train. They used to have a Source joint where they play hip hop and the people dancing to the hip hop, and then a hip hop performer would Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I don't, but continue.
Oh man, well that's the first time I heard Country Grammar, and I was like, man, this. I think they did E-I-O. That you know that
now.
And I was like, man, this dude is nice. And I just went back and told everybody about Nelly, and then like right after that, he blew up.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I feel like the first, but the only reason why I didn't listen to him out because my mother would shelter me from that. And the only person that really put me on to hip hop for real, like really put me into hip hop was my sister. My sister gifted me Ready to Die, the CD. And that's like the first album I listened to from front to back to front. I know every record. Ready to Die. Like she literally taught me hip hop because she would play. There'll be other records that she played that was like fire, like Nas and stuff like that. But and Black on Both Sides. She what was the second album? Most Def's album, I forgot.
The New Danger.
The New Danger, yeah.
Black Jack Johnson. Dun, dun, dun.
She put me in the car. She said, "You ain't leaving this car until you listen to the New Danger." And I said,
"Oh, he got that ball." I'm the what is it? Hey, what is it? I don't love the game. I don't love haters. I don't love the game. I don't remember. But I don't love the game. I'm the shot clock way above the game.
Yeah, that's fire. But I say all that to say, like, so a lot of Jay-Z's albums went over my head because I wasn't really into it until I started hanging out with hip hop heads, and they started let me like discover more and more, and I was addicted after that. I was addicted to hip hop after that. The College Dropout I don't know if Wade is still there, but I copped the College Dropout, and it was me and Wade. I got my first CD player, and the first CD I ever bought was the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack, and then it was College Dropout.
You know,
from Sam Goodman.
Oh my God. The Bad Boys 2 soundtrack, Shake Your Tail Feathers on that, right?
Yeah.
Man, that's one of the most fire soundtracks ever, bro. That joint was a real album.
I felt like it was a real album, to be quite honest. But for real, my first official album was definitely College Dropout. I caught that from Sam Goody. I brought my first CD player. Wade was with me when I caught my first CD player.
I gotta give mad love. My older brother put me on to like a lot of music. Some of it didn't stand. Like they was big dance hall fans, and you know, while I'm familiar with Bounty Killer and I'm familiar with Beanie, that's not where my heart went. You know what I mean? But they gave me Illmatic though. I got Purple Tape from them. I got Wu-Tang. I got Illmatic. I got Mob from them, and you can hear it in me when I rap. That's my DNA. You know what I mean?
Like any kind of semblance of music came from my father too. Anything, I think a lot of it came from my father. Anything musically inclined came from my father's side. That's how I knew about Beres Hammond. That's how I knew about Buju Banton. I got like all these other reggae artists, but hip hop will always be my first love when it came out to music.
Yo, This joint is crazy. It got La 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 from Jay-Z. That La La La, you know that joint?
Yeah.
It got
Realist,
Realist Ninjas. Yeah, like that joint. It got obviously Shake Your Tail Feather.
That was
It
some
got
hits,
Flip
bro.
Side with
Flip
PD Crack.
Side.
That joint. What?
Yo, that was that
This
Bad
joint
Boy
is
2
platinum,
soundtrack
right?
was
This
one of
gotta
the
be
best.
platinum.
That was one of the best soundtracks to ever exist, in my opinion.
It's platinum. It's a platinum soundtrack.
It was a good album, bro. It was a good
Wow.
soundtrack, bro. Good, really good.
Man, we can wrap this up, but that was crazy.
Yeah. But with that being said, y'all, I don't know
Wait,
who's still.
before you gotta appreciate the era we lived in, because you know how they talk about how music is forgettable now and hip hop isn't that big no more. We came up in the era where a soundtrack went platinum.
Yeah. You're right about that. Now you got me. Now I'm about to listen to that before I go to sleep. I might not even go to sleep getting hype. But either way, y'all. Much love to everybody that's on the chat. The Steak Sandwich, Dub C, Jimmy coming in last minute over here. Thank you for rocking with us. I know that we started a little late, so the fact that if you're still here means a lot to us. It's 12:18 in the morning. I know my wife is like, Kyle, you need to get yourself to bed. But at the end of the day, y'all, thank you for rocking with us. Even if it's the next day, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much love.
Some good
This is actually,
conversations.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like this is one of my favorite pod episodes. Like, I feel like it's supernatural, even though I was like mad tired and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Honestly, I feel like this is a very great episode because we spoke about hip hop for real. I mean, we spoke a lot about politics too, but this is about hip hop. Like we dissected a record to just now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what this is why I did the podcast in the first place, is to do stuff like that. You know
And
what
we
I'm
got to
saying?
talk about our favorite Jay-Z records, which by the way, I'm going to title as best songs on every Jay-Z album.
That's perfect. I think that's the perfect one.
Yeah.
So if you guys were here for this is my personal favorite live episode. I really wish Alive was here. That would have been perfect.
Oh yeah, because he's a huge hip hop head too.
Yeah, so much love to him. Even though he's a little he's really tired tonight, but you know, I'm glad that
His
we
life
still
is
gonna have this pod. Yeah, life is hectic. Everything is hectic. We all going through a lot. So I thank you guys for joining us for sure.
Also, we're almost at 9,000 subscribers. I mean, yeah, right? 10,000.
No, we've almost at 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. You right? My bad.
Yeah, we was at 9,000 for a minute, but we're moving and shaking, y'all. Much definitely because of y'all. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. If you guys are new to the pod, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do what you can to make this algorithm move for us in every way possible. We giving you quality content, man. Even if you hate it, it's still quality content if you got a comment under it, right?
That's a fact. Like Martin said, we artists, so we gonna dissect different things differently. So like the Jay-Z segment, the La Russell segment, that's all bread and butter. Everything else, trust me, we also trying to get knowledgeable and learning as we go and everything else too, man.
Agreed, man.
This is real effort, real. Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that. It's a lot of effort, and we have a lot of knowledge. And we're just fun. We're just fun people. I mean, like we hangable people. Like we go to a party, you gonna hang with us. We gonna hang with you, bro. Trust me. We that kind of people.
That's a fact. If the three of us at a party, we're like a magnet.
for sure. I agree with that 100%. But with that being said, y'all, this is the Can't Focus podcast where we focus on everything and nothing at the same time. I go by the name of Martin Hopeful. You can find me at Martin Hopeful.
It's your boy Kano Music at Kano Music. Shout out the co-host Alive at Alive Raps.
Yes, sir. And we'd like to thank you so much for taking the time to focus on us.
Yes, sir.
Peace.